That's just the THX logo.
Hey!
Are we here?
We're here.
Very cool.
What's up, everybody?
How's everyone doing?
I'm gonna get your chat up.
Hey, bitch.
Hey! What's up, bitches?
What's up, my bitch?
You might remember us as the actors who played Blaine and Antoine on In Living Color. Who snapped in a twist? What's up, everybody?
That was Damon Wayans and Marlon Wayans?
David Allen Greer.
Yeah, it was Dak.
Marlon Wayans was a little bit on the young side. He wasn't involved in that show. Maybe at the end he was.
Oh.
With the salad days of In Living Color. You had Damon, their sister Kim, you had Keenan Ivory, he was like the leader. And then the DJ, SW1, he was Sean Wayans, so.
Oh, really?
It's like, dude, there's already 400 Wayanses on this show. You really got to hide your name. It's like just
SW1. That's really funny.
Yeah. Did we talk? I feel like we started last stream talking about In Living Color too. Where we talking about the Fly Girls?
Oh yeah, we were talking about the Fly Girls, and
was it
a friend of ours messaged me that apparently, not Marissa, Rosie Perez was the leader of the Fly Girls.
Oh,
stood up for J-Lo.
Why is there a big white box in front of us on the stream right now?
Oh crap! Oh, sorry, I didn't. That's weird that showed up. I
think it's back. It's gone now.
Yeah, sorry about that. She stood up for J-Lo, and then apparently J-Lo stabbed her in the back.
What'd she do?
Like literally?
Literally.
Wow.
Yeah, dude, Fly Girls are fucking tough.
Yeah, she's from the block. What do you expect?
Yeah.
Come on.
Has there ever been a sketch since COVID and Zoom and all this where there's like a conference room going? And you know how you can set it so that your the screen, the image will go to whoever's making the noise, whoever's talking. That's who will fill your screen. So it's like it's kind of a quiet meeting. People are like kind of chiming in here and there, and then it keeps jumping to one person's face who's not talking, but they're farting really loud, and they're acting like I don't know who it is, but every time they fart, the camera goes to them, so everybody knows, but they're just playing it off like they have no idea. Has that been done?
I don't know if that's been done as a sketch, but I feel like I've seen people talking about that actually happening to them.
I feel like I might have talked about that.
I farted so loud that the Zoom cut to me.
Yeah, I feel like I might have talked about that on stream. I feel like that's an idea I've had.
Oh, maybe you did. Okay.
I don't know. I just farted.
Then there was the guy who was
when I farted. So that's
what about the guy that was jerking it? That
yeah.
Yeah, we remember that.
Yeah, I would fucking kill to get the footage from that meeting.
Oh my god,
Jeffrey Toobin.
Jeff Toobin, yeah.
Toobin. Which that's what I caught when I'm going to jerk off now is going tubing.
You know what'd be interesting? What we should try is if any of us feel a fart coming, we got to set the screen to that.
Okay.
I guess it would only matter for Sam, but to see if I could fart loud enough to get the camera to jump to me.
So you know Sam, if one of us asks you to set it to the focus
to speaker mode,
Sam, speaker, Sam, speaker, Timmy, talk real fast.
I mean, I'm eating pizza and sweet potatoes right now, so 45 minutes from now, we'll see what happens.
Wow, Zach, did you take Sam's sketch class or something?
Yeah,
is that? What would you say, Sam? All right, I'm in your sketch class, and I'm like, all right, Mr. Sam.
Go ahead, hold up your hand first.
Yeah, Mr. Sam, I have a sketch idea. How can I flesh this out? It's about a conference room, and one character keeps farting, and the camera jumps to him, but he keeps denying that he farted. But obviously he is, because the camera keeps jumping to him. What do you think? How do I build this into a sketch?
Write it up.
Well, but write it up?
Yeah, write it up, dude.
This is what you charge people for? Write it up.
Yeah, that's what I charge people for.
I dipped into his class once. He just says, "Write it up, motherfucker," and then he's like,
"Write it up, bitch." He can say, "Write it up, bitch."
Write it up, bitch. $10.
If UCBs don't think, Sam says, "Write it up."
I mean, like, really, like a big part of my sketch class is about like how sketch writing. It's a marathon, not a sprint. How you shouldn't be concentrating on writing one good sketch. You should be writing a ton of good sketches. And I think really one of the things that let us succeed was that we were willing to write a ton of bad sketches. That we were had to make much,
and filming them and putting them on television,
doing them on stage.
You got to be willing to put out 4 seasons of shit.
Yo, you got to be willing to make like 450 sketches and to have like 28 of them be classics and the rest be garbage.
Yeah, utter trash.
I was thinking about
there's like
some of
one 5th season sketch that I'm like, all right, that was our good one. Everything up until that, garbage.
If there was one sketch, if all of Whitey's Kids was going to be erased and you could only save one sketch for posterity, only one, what would it be?
Store Factories, duh.
Oh, God.
These questions are so hard because I can't remember all of our sketches.
It's just like blue hair.
My gut was Earthquake. That's what I was going to say. 'Cause I just love the Earthquake sketch. We all have good moments in it. It's like silly and crazy, you know.
Yeah, it's a fun one.
It's a good one.
It's a very I think like a sketch too, because it has this way of like starting from the small idea of like just what if an earthquake was lasting a long time, and then like goes so far with the idea that we get to the point where the sketch itself gets bored of that idea.
Right.
The sketch gets bored of the earthquake and moves on to the trial.
What if there was a town where an earthquake went on for too long and everyone that lived there was as stupid as we are? Yo, this is why this is a fun social experiment. When you ask a question like this with chat involved, because they're answering and they're saying sketches I never even think about. Cat hunting.
Oh, come on. I think they're trolling.
Well, I don't know. Black Doctor, cat hunting, pyramids. And that one was with an exclamation point. So I really feel like they really care.
Nobody trolls with an exclamation point. You're right. That could be real. Nail gun. I think nail gun is legit. I saw Grapist. Grapist might be on my list.
Your lines in Grapist, the way you're like, I think it's too much. So funny.
I think it's too much. I think it's too. Oh well, thank you, Sam. You also have a pretty guy.
Oh yeah, yeah. Sam also, by the way, as the title character, wearing a ridiculous costume.
Come here, kids.
Timmy Poop, someone says that's a good one. I could see that. Plus, that was made before we even had a fucking show.
You know, Timmy Poops. There's so much fun. Oh, also the deer, sexy fawn. That might do it.
I always remember Neubauer coming out of pianos the night we showed it before it went on there. He's like, "Who's the chick that played the deer?" I'm like, "That was Darren." Oh,
he's like, "Oh no, I have to go.
I gotta leave."
Yeah, he always hated that he was gay.
Yeah, he did.
I don't know, man. I don't think thinking Darren's sexy makes you gay. I think that's just a universal like truth.
That's true. But I mean, having to leave because you think Darren's sexy, I think is the problem.
Like, just accept it, man. We have to stare at him all the time. It's awesome.
I met a doll licker last night. My brother played. My brother's grind band played the show here in LA. So it was really funny. It was like in this like garage squat, like weird fucking, I don't know, crust punk nest. And this girl came up to me and goes, "I know who you are." So I was like, okay. She was cool though. She was cool. Catherine, if you're watching, let up.
Do you know what their screen name is or anything, or you know?
No, I didn't ask.
Was she being intentionally creepy or?
Yeah. She was
okay,
cool.
Okay.
It was like a funny way to start a conversation.
Okay.
Like, all right.
That's what I said. I said that to Matt Besser when he got me real high at Aspen Comedy Festival 17 years ago. And we were hanging out for a while, and I had mentioned I was drinking, and I mentioned I hadn't smoked in a long time. And so, like, I didn't even know it, but they were like, like in the circle of passing things around, I was going, Timmy, next person, Timmy, you know, like kept going back to me, and I was like majorly fucked up.
What kind of circle is that? It goes, Timmy?
Well, because they were trying to get me fucked up because I said I hadn't been fucked up in a long time, you know, so they were like, and I was like kind of drunk already. So anyways, so when I met him, I said, by the way, my name's Timmy, and he shook my hand, and he says, Matt. He goes, yeah, Matt. And I like pulled him closer. I'm like, I know who you are. And next time I saw him in LA on a show like a few years later, he was like, hey, what's up, man? I'm like, hi, yeah.
You know what I remember from that trip, Timmy? So we're all in Vancouver, right?
No, Aspen.
Aspen. Okay, so this is right after Aspen. We're all in Vancouver. And we did a show with like David Cross and Janine Garofalo and the Kids in the Hall and Todd Barry, all these like heavy hitters. We were very much like the new, like,
it was so weird.
Everybody was like, why are these kids here?
We walked into the green room, and it was us and famous people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we were geeking out. And
we were geeking.
Yeah, dude, we're sitting down.
And then Scott Thompson came up to us and was like really cool. Like,
Scott Thompson was like the only one, and Todd Barry was cool. Todd Barry and Scott. Like David Cross and Janine Garofalo did not want anything to do with us. Mark Maron was there. He was like, nobody cared.
Later.
They did, but then anyway, so what I'm getting at is, so the show
ends,
to
prove ourselves.
We're all going to the same party. Like everyone in the green room is all going to the same party. So we're walking through Vancouver in this like trail of like us and all these famous comedians. I remember we stop at this red light, and it's like, Timmy, you and me are right behind David Cross and Janine Garofalo, and we're like acting like we're not with them, you know, we're not like talking to them. We're just kind of like behind them. They definitely know like these guys are coming. That's annoying, whatever. And I remember Janine Garofalo is looking at the stop sign. And in Canada, the traffic walk signs.
I tell this story all the time.
Let me do it. They're different. And Janine Garofalo looks at David. She goes, "Why does that traffic sign look so weird?" And Timmy sticks his head in between them. And goes, "It has little feet." Which was true. That is what it was. Is that the little walkmen have feet, which is weird. And I just remember Janine and David both being like, yeah,
it was.
It was like so.
I have like I don't know how, but I have just this like those couple years when we were first getting on TV and starting to really be part of the bigger comedy scene thing. Like every time I met someone that I really looked up to, I was like fucking stoned out of my mind because I was high because I don't know if you remember this part, Zach, but so we left the show and there was a kid out back with like a bag of joints. It was like, what is kids? You know? And we were sitting, you and I were sitting on the curb.
But we didn't even have a TV show. Like nobody could have even known who we were.
But people, we had stuff on YouTube and stuff, you know, a little bit.
Yeah, people were like, these are the Hitler rap guys. Come on. And now Kanye's the Hitler rap guy.
That is so funny.
So,
wait, why?
That's a great joke. Oh my
the
God.
original Hitler rap. You know, Trevor in costume be like, Kanye stepping on his fucking. He's not even cold in the ground, Kanye, and he's already trying to usurp his. You son of a bitch.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yo, so let's just say, fuck Kanye West forever. Piece of shit.
What? Yeah, I didn't even see the last thing that he did, but man, it's like, get yourself fucking taken care of, boy. You know, and it's like.
Whoa, Timmy just called. Whoa,
I don't mean boy like that. I meant like buddy. I know it sounded bad for a second though. And someone asked why I have a fake background. By the way, it's because the room I'm in is where I store all my racist figurines that I collect from the 1920s.
What if it just like blinked off and there were all these like gears? Like, oh, Timmy,
terrible shit.
Timmy glitched.
Guys, so I mean, Kanye West has done some good things, you know.
Yeah.
No. Use the Hitler argument with on Kanye. That's you have to do that now.
You know, it's like he was a brilliant artist. He was a good speaker.
Yeah, you can't deny that Kanye West was a good public speaker. No,
very influential leader. Yeah. But yeah, Zach, I love that story. And I also, shortly before that happened, we were hanging out back in that theater with Scott Thompson. I was already stoned. And he was telling us, he's like, I don't know if my set went so well. And you were like, oh, it was good, man. I go, yeah, it was was great. Like that with a huge pause, and I was like, oh fuck. Really seemed like I was.
Thompson just started ripping on you. He's like, look at this little fucking hot bitch. No, he didn't notice.
Yeah. But yeah, he was such a sweetheart. He like came up to us and was like, started talking about our mutual acquaintance, Beads, and it was great.
Yeah. He was the absolutely nicest one there.
Oh, great. Yeah, really good.
Yeah.
What else is going on?
We ranked everyone.
Yeah.
Scott Thompson, top of the list is nicest. I saw something funny today.
Good.
Did you guys see this? Is that the Pentagon unveiled a new secret bomber?
Oh no! Did that happen?
Yeah, they unveiled.
Are you supposed to unveil? Sorry, go ahead.
No. That's the weird thing. I haven't read too much about it, but the Pentagon unveiled like a new stealth bomber with like lights and music, and there was a speech. It's really weird to think about that. They're like that someone's job was to be like, all right, hey, we have this new killing machine. We want it to look great. And they're usually like in charge of the Oscars or things like that, or like some weird wedding, and they're like, all right, this is, I'll do this.
It was Exhibit. That's what they're like, yo, dog, I heard you like stealth bomber parties, but bad joke, sorry. But that, it's just the fact that why were you going to, hey, we built a new stealth bomber. Here's what it looks like.
It's secret as shit.
And then like someone has to give a speech and be like, we made this new stealth bomber. No one's gonna see it coming. It's great. It's new. It's gonna kill.
It's on video. There's dudes that can look at the video and be like, start figuring it out, so.
Kanye is a good dude, I think. He's just having a breakdown of sorts and needs some pity. I actually don't think he's a good dude. Even all of it aside, I think he's always been just a completely self-absorbed, narcissistic
it's just gotten
psychopath.
Worse. And I do think he does have mental stuff he's not taking care of.
Sure.
But, it's still okay. But like you said, like the inner core person that is having that breakdown, it's like still generated these thoughts somewhere, and they're real fucking shitty thoughts, I
mean, like not every mentally ill person is just a really good guy underneath. Like some people are kind of rotten.
Yeah, you can be.
Which is funny because Kanye's whole thing about Hitler, by the way, is like a really generous interpretation. Is all he was saying was like, I see the good in everybody. I see everybody as fundamentally good. That's what makes me a Christian. So Hitler, yes, good. Jews, good. All of it. Nazis, good. I think that's the most generous interpretation you could afford him. Right. But even that is like completely clueless.
Yeah.
That's a moronic thing to say.
We really took a left turn when we stopped just making Nazis this like black and white, bad, like one-dimensional, they're evil, that's it. Indiana Jones is going to punch him in movies, Charles Bronson will shoot him in movies, and that's what we're going to do with them. And then when we stop seeing them that way, that's when it's like, whoa, why are we stopping that? It's like they're still fucking bad.
I think also the thing is too is like sooner or later, you have to get mad at Michael Jackson for fucking kids,
Yeah.
Sooner or later, you gotta be like, these fucking kids. That's not cool. I don't care how good the music is.
Yeah, I agree. I skip
that serial kid rapists are pieces of shit.
No way.
Really? No, I guess no.
The real Michael Jackson in chat just messaged, whoa.
Is that real?
Yeah. The real
somebody
Michael
has called the real Michael Jackson.
How did I get roped into this, guys?
Now they're saying, they're saying, how did I just catch a stray? I don't know if I know what that means.
Like a stray bullet, like a.
Oh, okay. Well, don't do that.
But I am one of those separate the art from the artist guys. Look, Michael Jackson might have raped 1,000 kids. Thriller's still a good album.
Right.
Come on.
But it's,
Can we agree on that?
But I mean, Quincy Jones is a great producer.
What's your point?
Yeah.
We can give him the credit,
Right, you can still listen to it.
Songs. I mean, sure.
Well, I mean,
okay, Roald Dahl's a racist. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory slapped.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? Well, his publisher picked a good font.
So,
I've got you dead to rights. I win.
So there's
so will you?
Tom Cruise, I do that for all the time. I'm like, yeah, dude, I don't care what Tom Cruise does. I fucking love watching him run around.
Yeah, Top Gun Maverick's a good movie.
Will you make your list of top Kanye West albums? Your rankings.
I don't think I could name. Well, how many could I name? College Dropout is Late Registration.
Mm-hmm.
Watch the Throne, even though that's technically a Jay-Z album. But what are you going to do? 808s and Heartbreak. Pablo. Jesus is King.
Graduation.
Okay.
So,
Did I say that? Yeah. No, I didn't. Graduation.
College Dropout. Yeah.
Yeah. What am I missing here? Mein Kampf.
Oh, Dark Fantasy.
Someone said that in the chat.
My beautiful dark twisted fantasy, which is the worst album title I've ever heard in my entire life.
And is that the one with the pixelated painting of him fucking a lady or whatever? Huh?
Yeah. Kids See Ghosts, right? Yeah, that's one. Yeah. I'm sad that I know all those.
That happens, man. We are, we are constantly assaulted with pop culture knowledge, whether we want to be or not. It's like I'd say that to myself all the time. Like, why do I fucking know that? Just about whatever random things.
Yeah.
Away Stork Away. Oh, wait, no, what's that? That wasn't Away Stork. Someone said his dark, beautiful, twisted fantasy or whatever it was Hitler porn.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man. Yeah, it sucks. But I remember, I used to listen to I used to love Bill Cosby stand-up. I used to say he was an influence whenever we got interviewed about stuff. I always said Bill Cosby and the Muppets, and when it's something like that, you fucking drop them like a bad habit. I remember when I just heard the news that I went out to my van where my CD book was, I just broke all the CDs and threw them away. It's like fuck
you did.
Yeah, like fuck it, man. That's horrible what he was doing, so.
Yeah, it was all right.
There's a context to the no, that's it.
Okay, but so yeah. Like,
that's what Lenny Patootie just said. But Michael Jackson's a product of his time. Back then, you'd be weird if you weren't fucking kids.
But is the Cosby Show bad? So Bill Cosby, obviously, piece of shit. Glad he's not in jail. That's fucked up. He should be. Nope, not glad.
Yeah, they're literally just like, he's too old to do it again.
Show, the Cosby, and obviously this is a conversation everybody's had. I know it's not, right. I'm not the first one to point out the complexities of the Bill Cosby situation, but the Cosby Show did a lot of good for America and for black people. You know, in a lot of houses, it was the first time that people, like white people, sat down and enjoyed a black sitcom and didn't think of it as a black sitcom, just thought of it as like a great show. That's a huge deal. Right.
And it was also one of the first, and this was Cosby's real theory behind it too, is he wanted to show have a success. Well, I mean, it's funny. He wanted to have like a black doctor show. That's really what it was. He wanted to have a successful black family that's like well-to-do and stuff, because you weren't really seeing that representation,
Yeah.
Well, and that's
sucks.
the thing.
It just
so you can be.
It's just such a fucking bummer.
It's such a shame because you can be this brilliant guy.
Bummer.
Who is so funny and so socially progressive in some ways, and then you're fucking raping 40, 50 women, whatever it was. Fuck you, man. It's that's why when we get the people who seem like they're genuinely 100% good, Weird Al's one, Keanu's one, there's a few people out there that are like, wow, you're a solid dude.
Weird Al has done horrible things.
Yeah.
Horrible things. He stole almost every one of his hits. Every single one. He didn't write any of them. You guys gotta see
the movie. You gotta see it because you gotta see it.
It's fucked up. Yeah. He stole from, who did he steal from? Coolio. He stole from Eminem. Mm-hmm. He stole from Michael Jackson, Nirvana.
Right.
He also famously defended Pol Pot.
Right. Oh, and he raped that kid. He raped that boy.
Was there a celebrity that defended Pol Pot? Or are you just making that up?
No, that's
No,
it.
No, I
yeah.
thought you were using that. Well, just like the other examples. The other examples were some stuff that people have done. So I thought that's what the Pol Pot thing was. But okay.
I'm glad we cleared that up.
Justin Mucus says, "Yeah, but what was
Don't
that boy
anyone going
wearing?"
around being like, Weird Al like gets behind the camera rouge, you know? Weird Al was into the killing fields.
You guys
Did you
gotta
see the
fucking see
camera
that movie
rouge?
because some of the jokes you just made
Camera
are like
rouge?
in the movie.
Is that how you...
I thought you said the camera rouge.
The camera rouge.
What if you thought it was the camera rouge?
The evil modeling empire in Southeast Asia.
I'm...
It's a bunch of super hot girls that are really fucked up and fascists.
I'm pulling out the camera rouge as a reference, and I'm convinced it's the camera rouge.
Skiddly Pop 22 is saying, "Stop, Zack." What does that mean?
You want me to ban them for you? I can.
No. I like that name, Skiddly Pop.
It is a good one.
Good name. Professor's here. Hello, Professor.
Hello, Professor.
Hello.
Hey,
Have any of you met Weird Al? I have not met Weird Al. Have you guys?
Trevor
met Weird Al?
had.
He did.
We have like multiple friends that like know him. Like Jonah knows him. Obviously, Eric knows him.
Yeah, do you know Jonah's in a Weird Al punk cover band?
Yeah, it's his solo. Like he put it out under his own name on Asian Man Records. He put out an album. He's in the movie. So is Johnny Pemberton. In fact, they're in it together in a band.
But Johnny's in everything.
Johnny Pemberton's in it. It's the who is their band? It's Johnny and Jonah, and who's the third member of their band in the movie? Fuck, I can't remember.
Travis Barker.
No, but they're playing a punk band, so that's funny that you said that.
Yeah. No, I've seen the picture. I've seen the picture of them.
Oh, okay. I can't remember who the other person is. Anyways, but I'm a big fan of that movie. I think they did something special. Anyways, yeah, bad people. Hey, let's look at some donos. Zach, you want it?
Dude, I can't.
Okay. So Robin donated $1 yesterday when we weren't even on. Thank you. Okay, Brad donated $15. Says ain't no Saturday like a self-suck Saturday. Just want to give a little thanks to you, dudes, since these streams mean so much to me tomorrow.
Aw,
thank you, Brad.
Thanks, man. That's very kind.
Guillermo's. Oh, yeah. Sorry, didn't mean to cut you guys off. Guillermo's Goopy White Ropes donated $10. $10 says
revolting.
You got to make 5 Mars before you make a Mrs. March. I don't know what that. Love the stream. Also, is the overalls going to be your new thing, Sam? I think he's established that it is, right?
Yeah, but Tim, you're wearing a shirt under the overalls, which we talked about. I thought we weren't going to do that anymore. What's that?
Yeah, man.
I gotta have somewhere to go, Zach. You know, like I gotta build up to something.
I get that.
Yeah, people are asking. Look at this cool gadget I have, real quick. Have you guys seen these before?
Is that
electric?
It's a vape.
No, it's a lighter for a candle.
It's electric. Ah.
What?
Pretty cool.
That looks like a taser.
It would probably hurt like a fucking bitch if I.
You should. Will you? If I donate $10 to ourselves, will
I
you
press it into my forehead and spark it?
Oh, I was gonna say arm, but yeah.
By the way, if somebody donates $1,000, I'll burn my forehead.
I like that you jumped to a way more horrible thing. I was gonna say like on your inner arm or something, but you're like, I'll just put it on my face.
You got to do it on the tongue. On the tongue.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Isn't that one of the new Jackass movie? They did that. They taste their own tongues.
The USA.
Oh wait a minute. I got to show you guys something that we got for Auggie today. Hang on. This is going to blow your fucking mind.
Oh, cool. The dog. Do you think it's for Auggie the dog or Auggie the baby?
I don't know.
Auggie the dog.
It's around Christmas time. So I was like, well, maybe they bought the kid a present.
So a friend of ours.
The child, I should say. He's no longer
a friend of ours was walking their dog in the neighborhood this week, and a coyote took it off the leash and ate it.
Oh, my God. That's fucking horrible.
And so, I know, really horrible. They have a little dog. And so we bought this for Auggie.
Whoa! Whoa!
Are you
fucking God,
kidding me, dude? Should I put it on him? Do you guys want to see what he looks like?
Dude, yes. And then teach him to say, witness me!
He's like a little Mad Max. Yeah, witness!
No, he's gonna look like the one from Road Warrior, the guy with the mohawk in Road Warrior. Mad Max kills his boyfriend, and so he has a vendetta on him. It's great.
What's that guy's name? His boyfriend is Humongo or something like that.
No, the leader is the Great Humongous, the guy in the like bondage thing. And no, but the so the Mohawk dude who rides around on the motorcycle and shit, he has like this like kind of pretty boy with him, and then Mad Max kills him early in the movie.
I always thought he was King Humongous's, that they had a thing.
I think in their society, King Humongous probably had rights to everybody as far as that goes. True. He had a big gun. He was huge. You couldn't really say no.
Yeah, he had a scope on the gun.
Yeah. Hey, we got a bunch more donos now, so I'm going to read them. Or a couple more.
Okay, hang on real quick. I'm not going to do it because I don't want to pinch him, but this is what he looks like.
Oh, my God. Auggie, you look so fucking punk rock. You look like a warrior. You're a warrior. Are you going to teach him karate, too? Do they have karate for dogs? They should.
He did not like that. He was like, what the fuck is the point?
Like, I was just chilling, and then Dad starts dressing me up in fiber optic spikes, and I don't know. All right, let's do it. There's a couple more donos.
I like how they give the little spike things color. The long things.
I think they're so the coyotes are like freaked out by them, so they look weird. It's like,
well, are coyotes colorblind like dogs are, though?
Are dogs colorblind?
I think they are, aren't they?
I don't know.
Okay, so Krager is daddy. Donated $10 and said ba 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 ba. Did you hear about Kanye's new album? It's called My Struggle. Also, Zack just missed out last time about how I shamelessly plugged Barbarian to Devin Sawa at a horror con I was at. GFY dollars.
What did Devin say, I wonder?
I think that's in here still because it was in a donation that they said.
I think he said he hadn't seen it.
Right.
If I remember from last time.
Devin Sawa, dude. Just kidding.
Okay, yeah, he had. But anyways, he told him to go see it, so that's cool. And then Pop Tart donated $20 saying, Happy Saturday. So glad to see everyone. I miss Darren. So do we. Thank you, Pop Tart. Thank you, everybody, for the donations. You're the best. And everybody.
Dogs have dichromatic vision. Dichromatic vision.
What is that?
Yeah, thank you, everyone who donated. It's very appreciated. It's going to Mars. We're still getting into it. Sam, we got to talk. We got to figure out where we're at the moment, but we'll do that offline. But yes.
We're going to Mars.
So you're saying dichromatic vision? Is that what you said?
That's what somebody posted. I don't know.
Well, this says, I just Googled it. Pet MD says dogs can see color, but only in shades of blue and yellow. They can also see shades of gray. Colors such as red, orange, and green are out of a dog's color spectrum, so these colors are not visible to dogs.
So dichromatic is two colors.
Yeah, so there you go. Interesting. Well, but they can see gray, but I guess you don't count that as a color? I don't know.
Yeah, it's not a color.
I mean, it's gray. Isn't that a color, or what is that?
It's light black. And black is the absence.
But light black is still a color, then.
No, black is the absence of color.
I thought clear is the absence of color.
White is the absence of color.
White.
Okay, yeah.
White is all colors, I thought.
No, black is all colors.
Well,
black is all colors.
I think it depends on what type of, like, if you're doing like additive or subtractive colors.
Man,
right. If you add all colors together, it's black. If you subtract all colors, it's black.
It's like if you're using like paints, it'll like if you add them all. No,
you can't add a bunch of colors together and make white. It'll turn darker the more you do. That's what I'm saying.
Hey Sam, that's called being pwned.
No, I'm just talking.
Sometimes we refer to it as pwnage.
Have you ever seen a prism? Have you ever seen the cover of Dark Side of the Moon? That's a white light hitting a prism and getting split into the spectrum of colors.
Well, if Pink Floyd figured it out, then it must be what it is.
Well, I think it was a beam of light that was just colored white on the picture. But I think that
it's a white light. It's a white light.
It's Pink Floyd knows what they're talking
Artistic
about.
representation. Yeah, you're right.
It's not like that's what the...
Yo, man, hey, the wall called a whole bunch of shit like 40, 50 years ago. So, maybe they knew what they were doing.
That's why a black hole is a black hole, is because light can't escape it. It's not a white hole.
I'll show you a white hole.
Yeah, Sam, that's the worst logic. That's the worst logic.
Yo, that is a scary movie, quote unquote, for kids. The Black Hole, Disney's The Black Hole movie. That is fucking. They like tried to make like the ending of 2001. The Black Hole's like, let's do that, and then put it in a kids movie. Because that's like what the ending of that movie is like. It's fucking scary.
And then they're like, let's give it a really dumb R2-D2.
Yeah, and then the big scary robot with like blade hands. It kills people. It's kind of a crazy movie.
Yeah.
Somebody says, "What do you guys think of White Lotus? Are you watching this season?" All right, I'm back into White Lotus. I watched the first season. I'm watching the second season, and I have to say I think it's the best show ever.
I've not seen it at all yet.
It's so fun.
It's fantastic. White Lotus.
I've heard of it, but I don't know what it's about. Like what it is.
It's
Mike
about
White. You know who Mike White is?
Hotels.
Yeah, the first season takes place in Maui at a resort, and it tells the story of like disparate guests and staff kind of all intermingling and building towards a violent crescendo. It's very funny, but there's no jokes in it. That's why I love it so much. It's like there's no jokes, but it's very, very funny. And then they kind of do the same thing for season 2, but it's a different cast, and it's in Sicily instead of Hawaii, and it's great. Jennifer Coolidge is in both seasons. Yeah,
she's great. So it's an anthology show?
Awesome. Every season is different. So and Jennifer Coolidge is in both, so it's not really an anthology, but it kind of resets.
Oh, she's playing the same character.
And I think on the very last Newsboys, Trevor was talking about how it's like his favorite comedy, and I was kind of shitting on it because I auditioned for it and didn't get it, and I was pissed. And I was like, well, I don't want to enjoy it, but now I've been watching it, and I'm like, it's the greatest thing ever.
I did stand up last night, and I kind of ad-lib stuff when it comes to my head. And I'm standing up there, and for some reason, we got on talking about acting auditions that I mentioned when I auditioned for Tropic Thunder, and I read the part, and I knew it was for Jack Black's part, and I auditioned, and I did it the way I wanted to. And then they're like, "Can you do it more like Jack Black?" And I was like, "Yeah."
You mean, can I do it like Ben's close personal friend Jack Black, who will certainly be playing this role?
Right,
sure,
yeah.
I can do it like that. Why am I here?
The other thing is, I didn't. I didn't audition in front of
attitude.
I didn't audition in front of him or Ben Stiller or anything. I auditioned in front of these two people, and what was really weird about that audition, right before I started, they're like, "Where are you from?" Like Watertown, and the lady behind holding the camera filming it was like, "Oh, my husband's from Watertown, South Dakota," and like I know him. He's like the other dude that got into like entertainment from Watertown,
Wow.
And I was like, so that was like totally thrown off too. Not that that's why I'm not in the movie, but I'm just.
I auditioned for that too. I auditioned for Ben for that movie.
Yeah, I know you. Yeah, I remember you telling me.
Did you get it?
I did. They offered it to me, and I was like, you know what, dude? I actually don't like your whole vibe, and I'm gonna pass. And they're like, no, why would you come read twice for it and then pass? I'm like, it's just kind of my vibe right now.
Just to fuck with you.
Step off.
And then they're sitting there and they're going, we can't get anyone to star in this movie. And then Ben Stiller is like, I got a crazy idea.
Yeah, I auditioned for the Ben Stiller role. And then I went to a wardrobe test, I did makeup test. I went out to Hawaii, and the day before shooting, I was like, fuck this. And I was like, well, So then he took it.
I guess we'll give it to Ben Stiller.
Yeah.
The only role I was ever bummed that didn't work out was, Zach, you and I both auditioned to be the bad guys in the Funny Games remake. I think we auditioned separately, but we would have been the one guy and the other guy. It's like,
we definitely auditioned separately. I would remember if we auditioned together.
Yeah. But I'm just reminding you, because I remember, I know you've also auditioned for a million more things than me, so I'm just reminding you. But yeah.
I forgot about that.
I think that would have been fucking awesome. So whatever I think about that, I'm like, man, that would have been a fun role for us to do, and I feel like we could have fucking nailed it too. But that
would have been really fun, and I would have been terrified working with Michael Haneke.
Is he crazy?
Really cool.
Or just cool?
I don't know. I think he's a very intense guy.
We would have been chasing around Naomi Watts, right?
Chasing around. That just sounds like a come on.
Well, that is kind of what happens, though.
Calling her a skirt, saying, "Come here, skirt." No. Come here. Come on.
Did they do I didn't see. I remember reading the script for the original. I haven't seen it. I never saw the remake. Did they do the remote control thing in the new one too?
I haven't seen the American version. I've only seen the Austrian one.
I've heard it's like almost like shot for shot, right?
Oh, really? Oh, it's the same guy. Yeah, Michael Haneke remaking his own film. That's right.
He's
so
like,
weird.
I did this already. You know, I'm not
Did he
gonna
just-
change it.
He just did that to make it in English. Is that pretty much?
It's
and
a
like,
very
how-
weird. Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get it.
It's like, dude, there's subtitles. Just make motherfuckers read subtitles. It's okay.
Well, I think I haven't seen either, but I've heard so much about them, and there's a big like it's about the relationship with the audience, that movie, right? It's a big like kind of like meta thing.
Yes.
It's like it's about
And
the
violence.
audience's bloodlust and
Yeah.
and all this, and I think there's probably a reason why he would want it to be like a Hollywood movie if it was going to be in English, you know.
Zack, I feel like you're right now hitting on a very specific kink, like some people have, and I bet it's going to be working out. You know,
Yeah, dude.
it's good.
I wish this could go around my neck.
I was gonna say, if you had that with no shirt on underneath, and Sam had no shirt on underneath this thing, and then I'd have an open flannel with shirt on no shirt underneath, this would be like the horniest fucking.
It's a new that Zach's like got like a new thing. He's invented a new thing where some people are little white dogs and some people are coyotes. Hey, you coyote or a
Ooh, I'm not
little
going to
white
that.
dog?
I'm not going to that coyote bar tonight. They're a little rough. RUFF. Man, we got winter just fucking kicked down the door yesterday. I was driving home. I had to drive home 90 miles for my show, and it was like 60-mile-an-hour winds straight. It's fucking crazy.
Pekadaz says, depends who's wiping me.
Boy, you wipe one dog's dick.
Yeah, man. Well, yeah. Welcome to the hot dog world. I mean, that's like, fucking, you're going to be getting it forever. That's just what it is.
Yeah.
Hot dogs, rapist, dog dick toucher.
You know what I did? I converted my desk into
Oh, it's a standing desk.
standing desk.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
This is how you should end every stream.
Just
Like out of frame.
Look at the end of Wizard of Oz. We're just going up with the balloon. That's great.
That's fun.
Oh, someone said Zack was shrinking. That would be funny. Just because you're shrinking.
Dude, that would be so funny if I shrank, dude.
You guys should make a Whitest Kids Get Shrunken movie.
Okay.
Yo, has anyone ever made a sketch where Zack shrinks?
Where Zack shrinks?
Who are you guys being right now? Is there a specific... Is that a specific person?
Yes.
Who is it?
I don't work here, A-Rod.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. Because for a second I got Jay in my head, Jay Boogie, but that's a little different.
Someone said,
Who randomly
Honey, I Shrunk the
commented-
Whitest Kids.
Huh?
Honey, I Shrunk the Whitest Kids.
Oh shit, man.
Did you see Downsizing?
That's a sketch I fucking love. I don't know, Honey, I Shrunk Those Little Kids or something.
Honey, I Blew Up the Kids?
Shit. Honey, I Shrunk Those Kids.
No, it's Honey, I Shrunk Those Little Kids or something.
In Honey, I Blew Up the Kid, then he has that sack of like
No, I'm
parts.
quoting our sketch.
No.
It's Sam and the Whitest Kid sketch where Sam's the shrink and he's like, I don't know, that movie. Honey, I Shrunk Those Little Kids or something.
Where it's like a therapy session.
Oh, I don't remember that one. I thought you were talking about that stage one we did. Sam, the other day I was driving around, it just popped into my head. I don't know why, but talk about stage-specific sketches that we only did once or twice. This popped into my head. Oh no, it's the War of the Worlds.
Yeah, that was fucking good.
Support our troops. It's the war.
I forget what that was about.
It was just you and Trevor singing some weird fucking stuff. Okay. But I love the ending, which is we win and the aliens lose, all thanks to the noble Tom Cruise. Because it was that one, that his version was just out or whatever.
Oh, I wonder.
This is what Taco says. Zach, are you a fan of The Last of Us? I think The Last of Us 2 is like the greatest thing ever. I think it's like my favorite piece of media ever.
Whoa! I've never played those games. I've never had a PlayStation. I know I probably would love it. I think did they mean the TV show though? Is that out yet? The TV show?
The Last of Us 2 is such a bummer.
It's so good.
Like it's such a bummer. It's like, hey,
it's brilliant writing.
Everyone fucking sucks. You don't like anyone.
No, Joel
like,
doesn't suck. Ellie doesn't suck. What are you talking about? Joel doesn't suck.
Joel,
Joel, you just what are you, George?
The whole thing is about how Joel killed a bunch of people and basically killed everyone
to save her. You bitch.
Yo, isn't that kind of like The Road, the video game?
Bush Pritzel says one is way better. You're fucking wrong. Zach, did you see the Banana Splits movie from 2019? It looks like it's fucked. I don't even know what that is.
Okay, so I can chime in on that. So you know the Banana Splits is that like kid show band from like 60s or 70s. Yeah. Cartoon Network used to put them on around Adult Swim because it was so weird.
It was
Animal Copies.
Morty and Croft or something like that.
Yeah, Sid and Marty Croft. The guys that HR popping stuff and all that.
Yeah.
So it was like all these goofy animal costumes they did a band. So in 2019, some people that probably couldn't get the rights to that Five Nights at Freddy's game that kids liked, which is about a scary like Chuck E. Cheese gone evil thing. So the Banana Splits movie is basically like these people go into where the Banana Splits are, and the Banana Splits robots start going crazy and killing everybody, and it's like really bad. It's like poorly filmed. There's one really gross, cool gore shot of them breaking a spine, but the rest of it, I was just like, God, I hate this. I watched the whole thing, but I just hated it.
Isn't there another movie that's like that with Nick Cage?
Yes, called Willy's Wonderland. I've never seen that.
I saw that.
How's that?
No comment.
But you didn't like Mandy either. I remember I texted you about it when I saw it.
I can't shit on other people's movies anymore.
Yeah, you're right. You can't.
Sucks.
Sorry, man. Didn't mean to say anything.
I wish I could. I want to so bad.
I'll just do it. You text me your movie opinions, and I'll read them as my own.
You throw it out.
It's not going to work because everyone knows I like everything, but maybe it'll work sometimes.
We're gonna, from now on, it's gonna be like a hostage situation. It's gonna be like, Zack,
bring up movies that you know I hate and just watch them like, oh!
If you hate this movie, blink twice.
And then we got to text Nate like, can you cut out those blinks?
or there'll be like some article that pops up, some like clickbait article where it's like, Zack Krager of Barbarian.
It's all over, blah, blah, blah.
By blinking twice.
Yeah.
Zack Krager,
did he blink?
Barbarian.
Your ass, he blinked.
Blinks away the competition.
No, thanks.
Well, okay. I can bring up a bad horror movie.
Are you allowed to talk about the Deftones anymore?
I never talked about the Deftones.
What is that? What happened with the Deftones?
Because when I would always talk about music, everyone would always ask if I liked the Deftones. I have no relationship with the Deftones. I don't like them. The few times I've ever tried to listen to them, I thought it was like for jocks, and I just thought it was like not good. I didn't get into it, and now it became a thing. I don't really care about it.
It's just funny
Dorcas Horribilis. Dorcas Horribilis is like really activating me right now. I'm triggered.
What are they saying? Let me see. Georges Horribilis. I don't know if I've seen their name. Anyways, so I watched. I watched this movie called Bloodbeat today, which is a Christmas samurai ghost movie, and it's awesome, but it's like. It's one of those movies where just some guy in Wisconsin made it with his friends, and it kind of like became kind of a cult thing, you know. But like, it's pretty crazy. That's all I got.
I have you seen this? Is that what was it? This Sound and Vision has
David
come
Bowie?
out with their
Sight and Sound.
Sight and Sound, that's what it is. Sight and
Sound. What is it? I see people referencing it, but I don't know what the original thing they're referencing.
Come out with a list. I think it's a bunch of international critics that have a list of top 100 movies of all time. They update it like every 10 years or so.
Oh, okay.
And the new ones come out. At the top of the list is let me actually
Barbarian.
Yeah, it's Barbarian.
No way!
What? party.
Actually, at the bottom of the list is Get Out is on there.
Get Out.
That's cool. What? How many? Top 100.
Top 100. But what's interesting too about how they do it is they like the bottom of the list is like tied for 68th, and then like they lump everyone down to levels, and then like I think at the top 20 it does like a ranked top 20, which I think makes a lot of sense. But
what's number one?
Number one is I have to look up the title.
Hey, real quick while you're looking,
I knew it was going to take forever for you to answer that question.
Sorry,
I want to say something real quick. So we're talking about the Deftones. It must be that word is spelled that way. Must be banned in chat because a lot of people are saying like my message got instantly deleted.
Yeah, I didn't do that.
Yeah,
I didn't do that. But I think that was done.
Somebody did it. To be funny. On when I used to stream a long time ago on my own channel, I just went in one day and I banned the words hot dogs, root beer, baked beans, like all the stuff that like if a fan came in and started talking about it, like I did all of it. They're just like, what the fuck, man?
Number one, all right. Number 3, Citizen Kane. Number 2, Vertigo. Number 1, Gene Dealman, 23 Quad du Commerce, 1080. Brussels.
That's the number one movie? Those words that you just said?
Yes.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't even know.
Pretentious as fuck. Everybody knows it's Die Hard 3.
So this is like, you look at a list like this and like, I mean, I look at a list like this and I feel dumb. I feel like, I'm like, oh, that's the best movie of all time. Well, I'm probably not going to watch that.
Oh, yeah.
Well, they got to be trolling, right? What are you talking about? That's not even a movie, what you just said.
It is. It's apparently...
What are you talking about?
3.5 hour movie where it's all about the passage of time. And, like, there's scenes where she, like, washes 20 dishes that you watch in real time.
Dude, blow me.
So that happens like in the world of like collecting Blu-rays and stuff, like some of the Reddits I've belonged to. Every once in a while someone will post like, I got a great deal on this collection of the films of, and it's like some fucking dude you've never heard of. And it's like, they spent $400 on this set of all this guy's films. And it's like, cool. It's like, there's no swords or dragons in any of those.
All right. Which of these movies are actually good? Tokyo Story?
I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it.
Haven't seen it. In the Mood for
Who
Love.
directed it? Does it say the director of that one? Sorry.
No, it just says the year on this list that I'm looking at. In the Mood for Love, which I think is Wong Kar-wai.
Yeah, I haven't seen it, but I've heard it's great.
I haven't seen it.
There's going to be a lot of this for this list.
Yeah, this is going to be embarrassing.
2001 Space Odyssey. See what I'm saying?
Right.
This makes you feel dumb.
Great movie. Great
movie.
Okay. Beau Travail.
Always see it get mentioned. Never seen it. They mention it all the time, all the critics and stuff. Never seen it.
Mulholland Drive.
Great movie.
I like it.
Man with a Movie Camera.
Never heard of it.
Who is that a documentary?
That's 1929. I don't know.
Right. It's one of the early ones.
Singing in the Rain.
Great
movie.
Love that movie.
Great movie.
Yeah. Sunrise, A Song of Two Humans. 1927.
Get fucked. That's not real.
Sam, is that real? You didn't make
The
that
Godfather. I hope there's an article about this. I hope there's some
like Barbarian is actually a dumb piece of shit. He doesn't know anything.
Barbarian director called #1 movie, not a movie.
Yeah, great.
Someone just
the more we talk
about
it, the more likely that is to happen.
I can't believe
suck my dick. It's not real. What do those words you said even mean? Direct quote.
I really hope that somehow, it would be great to hear about some film critic getting mad. Like, I can't believe these sketch comedians, one of which who is now a horror director, haven't seen Beau Travail.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, look, I have a Reeking Cross shirt on with a guy coming out of a toilet. What do you think? I don't know.
If you zoomed in on these movies, it'd be like, wow, he is a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
It's like they're all about people getting murdered or cowboys.
To make a movie for our studio? No way.
The Godfather. We've all seen that.
Great.
Heard of it. Hear it's good.
Godfather 2 is better.
The Rules of the Game. 1932.
Rules of the Game. Classic.
Is that the one where
movie?
they
Kevin Costner? Billy Bob Thornton.
You
Banger.
idiot! No,
Wait.
it's a suspense movie with Michael Douglas and Sean Penn.
Did Zack just describe Tin Cup? Was that Tin Cup you're talking about?
I think it was For the Love of the Game.
Oh,
For the
Sam
love of
Raimi's
God,
baseball movie.
Yeah,
Doesn't Kevin Costner hang dong in that movie?
Kevin Costner hangs dong in new baseball movie for whole family.
Because he showed his ass in like he showed his ass in every movie in the '90s, and then I think when Sam Raimi's like, "All right, we're gonna up the game here."
Kevin, are you ready to go ahead?
Cleo from 5 to 7.
That's
Cleo from
a
5 to 7.
Godard movie, I think. I haven't seen it, but
That was in 1960, so that makes sense. The Searchers.
Okay, sure. Yeah.
Is it good?
Yeah,
I haven't
it's
seen
okay.
Searchers.
you know,
It's
I
really
feel like-
dated. It's really
yeah, it's
dated.
got the whole evil natives are evil thing in it, and I'm pretty sure white guys play the natives too, right? But
Yeah.
but I mean,
Meshes,
besides, it's a beautiful movie shot wise. You know what?
Meshes of the Afternoon.
Sounds so.
Come
boring.
on, like what are you talking about? That's not real.
Close Up.
Okay, sure.
Is
Not,
that
not Blow Up. Close Up.
No, close up. Yeah, sure. Oh,
19 what?
yeah.
90.
Close Up from 1990. What's that?
I thought I was thinking of Blow Up.
Antonioni and
Yeah,
Persona. 1966.
never seen it.
heard of it.
I hate this list.
Yeah,
This list
man.
makes me feel dumb.
Where are we at, Sam? Are we?
Exactly.
This
We're
makes me
almost
feel real
we're
dumb.
almost at 20. You'll know you'll know 19
Are you
and
telling
20.
me Fight Club is not on this list, bro?
Apocalypse
Where's the
Now
Matrix?
and this Seven Samurai.
Seven Samurai is great. What was the first one you said?
Apocalypse Now, which is great.
Oh yeah, those are both great. They're just long, but they're good. I love Seven Samurai.
I love both those. And then tied at 21st, The Passion of Joan of Arc and Late Spring.
Nope.
Late Spring is what's his name? Isn't it the guy that made Seven Samurai? What's his name? The director.
Oh,
Akira Kurosawa?
Yeah. Sorry, didn't he do Late Spring?
See how
I thought
fast I
that's
just jumped on Timmy, so I could establish some film knowledge.
Film
Akira Kurosawa?
dominance.
You don't know Akira Kurosawa? Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't.
Oh.
I forget the name.
I guess someone here didn't direct Barbarian.
Oh. Wow, man. This guy.
Barbarian director Zack Kreger shits on people who forget.
I knew it immediately, bro. I knew it immediately.
Barbarian director Zack Kreger lording over people that forgot Akira Kurosawa's name. You get so much bad press tonight.
Yeah, this sucks.
Someone says I just drank out of a can. Well, they said asked, but I assume they meant ashed. I just drank out of a can I ashed in. Been there.
I've done that.
We've all been
there,
there.
brother.
Sam.
Oh yeah.
Sam does it on purpose.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure.
No, I just had a flashback to a night in Boston where I went to this party, and the night started out with us drinking like a bunch of before the party, drinking a bunch of Paps. This is like in my early 20s, and I drank out of a can that I ashed in, and was like the whole night like, oh, I feel sick, and then at the end of the night, and this is like I didn't know whose party this was. I was just like tagging along. My friend who I went there with was like, hey, I'm gonna go back to this girl's place. You can get a ride home with this guy and like be cool. He's in this this kind of gang thing.
Like they're gonna jump you in, but like
Kind of gang.
they'll give you a ride after they jump you in.
Like I was like, oh, I'm feeling like so sick, and was like so worried about throwing up in this guy's car, and it was his like mom's Mercedes.
So what kind of gang was it? The mafia? Like mom's
No,
Mercedes sounds like the mob.
And then actually what was funny was the next morning, I had my other friends call up my friend who like hooked up with the girl, and they're like, yeah, Sam got his ass beat last night. He threw up in this guy's car and they fucking beat his ass. And he like came home was just like, oh, I'm so, and then like we're like, no, he didn't beat me up. Like,
Yeah.
it was a
can't
good
remember-
prank.
Nate says definitely editing that out. Well, if they do exist, yes, Nate, edit it out.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you. If they are in fact real.
Well, if we're editing this out, then I have some things to say about MS-13.
Yeah. Whoa, Timmy, don't even fucking joke like that.
I know, right? That's terrible.
They seem great. They seem cool. Never met them. Seem cool.
Just so we're clear to all these gangs, we're pussies. We're sorry. We're sorry. We're pieces
I say that
of
all
shit.
the time.
We're pieces
There's a
of
reason.
pussies.
There's a reason we got into comedy. It's because we
come
can't.
up to me.
Yeah,
and you challenge me on anything I've said. I will get on my knee. I will
cry. Definitely offer to suck your dick. That's gonna happen.
I'll suck your dick. I'll definitely suck your dick.
Not only will it happen, it'll happen one of the first things. Yeah. That's one of the first things you do. It's like, I'll suck your dick.
I'll do a good job.
But that's what I always tell people. I said, yo, we got into comedy because we can't fight. That's what you do. It's like you joke your way out of a situation since you would get your ass kicked, I can't remember why. Maybe I told the story in the last stream or what, but I was talking to somebody about being on tour and stuff, and they asked me something about, like, if we ever, like, picked up people on our tour. So I'm like, no. I said the only time somebody, like, was at one of our shows and woke up on our tour bus the next day was Sam's friend Jeff.
Yeah.
Remember that? He had to like get
what city did he start in and what city did he end?
Boston?
Yeah.
Raleigh.
Ooh, that's far. That's really far.
It gets worse. He was supposed to work the next day. He had to call in sick to work and be like, hey, I can't come. And so, but he had to work the day after that. And so he was like, well, I'm here. I might as well, like, go out with you guys. And he got, like, a plane ticket home. And he tried to do the, like, stay up all night and catch the flight. No, yes. he made the flight. He was too drunk. And he was like, they won't let me on the plane. I'm too drunk. It turns out he was at the wrong gate.
Wait, so... Okay, so he was so drunk that he went to the wrong gate, and then also so drunk that he thought he couldn't get on because he was too drunk.
Yeah, and they're like, really "Sir, the wrong plane. This is not the right gate."
That is, and like, if I remember right, like he was otherwise a responsible dude. Like he had a good job and stuff, right? And like could afford to just get a plane ticket and stuff, right?
He was a bartender.
Oh, I thought he did something else. Think of somebody else.
Yeah. Good dude, though. Great dude.
I got that game, Callisto Protocol. You guys get that?
I've only seen trailers for it and stuff. Is it good?
I can't tell yet.
What's it called?
Okay.
Callisto Protocol. It's like the new... what's that? Dead Space. It's like the new.
Oh yeah.
It's not technically Dead Space, but it's basically Dead Space.
It's by the Dead Space
same
people,
team,
right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's what it is. Okay.
Yeah. It's okay. The combat's a little wonky. Took me a while.
Someone said,
but it's a survival horror.
Steam.
Yeah.
It's not.
Mega Rigopolis, or I don't know how to say your name. Sorry. It says any sexy overall stories. Gotta be some. There must be some. I feel like sexy overall stories would be real sexy.
Someone earlier, when we were talking about it, was like, do you guys have any sexy Kanye West stories? And I do, actually.
Uh-oh.
Here we go.
There was this one night that I was on the internet, and I found this video of his ex-wife with an actor named Ray J.
Oh my God. I was wearing overalls. Were you wearing overalls?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember when she did some magazine? Remember when she broke the internet and it was like a picture of her, like didn't she have like a champagne glass standing on her butt and she was like, there's like champagne going into it or something?
Oh yeah.
Was she pouring milk into it or?
I don't know.
No.
I feel like it was white. I feel like it was white.
You're thinking of a lot of other websites.
No, yeah.
Good ones. They're good websites. I'm just saying, not this one. Oh man.
There was a milk picture as well. Oh, as well. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, she did a whole photo shoot. It was all like, we're going to break the internet. It's like, okay.
Yeah, I remember there was like white thick ropes. That's the Ray J video. That's the Ray J video.
Oh boy. I thought for a second you were trying to say that you jizzed all over the picture and then you thought your jizz was part of the picture.
Wait, guys, have we talked on stream? I saw a video today of this guy who wait, can we show this video? How do I show a video on stream here?
I think you can. I think they've.
Can I screen share?
Here, let's try it.
You disabled screen share.
I just enabled it.
All right. Okay. I got to share sound too because the sound is part of it.
Wait, this isn't a Kim Kardashian sex video, right? Right? Because we could get in trouble. Okay. Oh wow.
Yeah. That's gonna hurt. All right, go! Oh my God, it hurts!
Whoa! Jesus!
Did you see it?
Yeah.
Okay, so now wait. Here's what I want to read this.
Okay.
I want to read this comment here.
Whoa! Look at that.
Looks like I'll have to be that guy who posts this classic consequences of severe burn and ass crack copy pasta. Here, I'll stop the screen share. But I got to read this. This is like one of the most amazing pieces of writing I've read in a really long time. Can you hear me? By the way,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Something's going on with my.
I mean, I can hear you. Can chat hear you? You guys hear him? Okay. I assume they can.
Wait, now we can't.
Yeah, are you talking now? Because now we can't hear you. Now everyone's saying you're muted, and you were not before.
Yeah, you weren't before. I was looking at chat, and then
yeah. Welcome back to Dad Deleted.
Oh, you got dadded.
What happened? Undo what you did.
Oh, did his?
I think my headphones died.
Oh, okay. The stick down says, "Nah, just leave it like this." Oh, a lot of people saying, "Wow, Zack."
Yeah, someone was like, "Skip," and it's like, I wish we could.
Well, can you skip someone when they're not talking or when you can't hear them?
I wish we could skip the technical difficulties.
Oh.
Right?
Well, I mean, if we learned how to skip technical difficulties, we would have started doing that like 15 years ago.
Man, I knew it would take forever for Zack to read this comment.
Crazy.
Do you want to just text me the comment? And I can read it.
Oh, Deja on time says the. Oh,
yeah.
There you are.
All right.
Deja
War that was going. And now I'm gonna have a hard time hearing you guys, but whatever. So anyway, yes. All right. So you saw the video. Guy shoved a firework in his asshole, right?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
All right. So this could be a worst case scenario if the burn is deep and distributed far enough. Former 6-year surgical resident nurse, now in a different specialty. I have seen some fucked up assholes. You are in for a long, painful recovery following a serious wound or burn near your peri area, the perineum being your crack to crack, ball to ass, taint, grundle, blah, blah, blah. Think of how often you visit the bathroom, and then imagine that you have a 3rd-degree burn down there. It's devastating every single time.
Oh,
if it's really bad, he will be in the burn unit and levels of care to follow for months, if not north of a year. Job, relationships, and any semblance of normalcy are immediately disrupted. Burns are monumentally painful, and he will be sedated heavily until substantial healing begins. He will develop a tolerance and possibly become addicted to the potent opiates, but they're the best way we currently know how to cope with that level of pain, short of a spinal or other nerve block, which are also options. Medicating at that level can also be very expensive. I've seen ICU patients with over $5,000 a day in IV medication costs alone. 7 days a week,
not including any other charges for the room, MDs, nursing, and ancillary staff and supplies for starters. Staff may have to place a fecal catheter less than a foot up his anus to drain his feces so they don't contaminate his burn wounds. His body goes into a bag and then has to be emptied and measured, as they'll give him laxatives to loosen and prevent clogged drain lines. Fecal contamination generally results in rapid infection, and peri wounds are at an extreme risk for MRSA and flesh-eating bacterial infections. I've seen entire legs removed to combat severe peri, groin, or hip joint infections. This is usually following weeks or months of previous failed treatments, but still, we can work wonders until we can't. And then there's always amputation. If you need skin grafts, they can be sourced from a human or large mammal cadaver like cows or pigs. I've also seen skin grafts harvested from the front of a patient's thigh and reattached to the burn area, the abdomen. The grafts aren't actually solid strips of skin. Rather, they're more like tight laced with repeated spaces between skin, making the graft look like a Kleenex with several hundred small oval-shaped holes in it. These spaces make it easier for the graft to adhere and conform to the wound. The surgeon uses a specialized skin shaver, blah, 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 blah. He'll also need to lay on his stomach throughout his whole ordeal due to the location of the burn and subsequent wound. Imagine months lying on your stomach in 6 to 11 out of 10 pain. Moving your leg a little too much could literally split your brand new ball sack skin. It's a personal living hell. Diet will also be bland as fuck when he's actually allowed to eat again. Social and professional life obliterated. This could have sent him back years and given him decades of PTSD. Okay, now let's just watch this video one more time.
Before we do, I want to note the couple minutes that you're reading that, the people that came in a chat during that period when you're reading that, a lot of them are like, what the fuck is happening here?
All right. Now watch this video one more time. Can you see it?
Yeah, this is what we were talking about, chat.
Yeah. It's not gonna hurt. No, it's not gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt. Oh, it hurts already. Go. Oh my God, it hurts.
Now it's like a fucking.
There's something brilliant here. I want to do a movie. Not really, but like, can you imagine a movie just about the aftermath of a family ripped to pieces, where like their son has to like live in like, you know, an iron lung in the living room, like Big Lebowski style, and they're going into triple bankruptcy, the third mortgage on their house, their son's got to get amputated. It's just like life is ruined because of a fucking drunken moment. I think that is amazing, man.
What if that was go ahead, Sam. Sorry.
You need to have the guy who goes, no, it's not gonna hurt, as a character in that movie. Is it gonna hurt? No, it's not gonna hurt.
That might be the plot of The Fabelmans, though. Have you guys seen it yet?
Yeah, that's what The Fabelmans is about. Steven Spielberg actually blew his asshole open. It was a huge deal.
Yeah, no one knows this.
Very misleading.
Yeah.
Dude, okay. The part, if you shit, which that part of your body is for shitting, you could shit and infect the birds on your asshole and kill yourself.
Jesus.
By shitting. Like, and then they amputate your fucking leg.
Ugh.
What did that person who wrote that, what did they say they did?
They were a nurse.
They were a nurse, but that they used to be a nurse.
Yeah.
And now they're like, they do other stuff. Like, yes. they're a professional buzzkill.
There we go. I was wondering where you were going with this. Like,
Dejan John
I can use the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Cast Timothy Chalamet as the leg amputee ass kid. Like, yeah, it's a good cast. He's good.
Yeah.
Dude,
I like also they're talking about like, it's gonna kill your social life. It's gonna do this. You won't be able to stick anything in your ass anymore.
Yeah.
There goes
Say goodbye to getting fucked in your ass. And then they casually throw
dildos out the window.
What I like is like 3/4 of the way through, Scores of Hamburgers just said in all caps, "Be careful, Zack. He's going to the bathroom." I love it in that piece he read. Like, they're like 75% down in their comment. They say, "Oh yeah, when you're able to eat again." Like, they casually mention, like, "Yeah, you're not even gonna be able to fucking eat." You know,
well, maybe it was okay though. Maybe he was okay.
I don't know. I mean, before Zack read the thing and we saw the video, I was gonna say, and I saw a bunch of people in chat say, like, "Why did he fucking roll over?" What was that? Why did he roll over?
He was scared.
But it's in your ass. It's like you roll over.
A friend of mine from DC did that. He put black cats. He packed them in his ass and he blew his ass open. And it was like not cool. Like you can't really even laugh with him about it. It was like no. It was like
how long was his recovery? Similar to what
it was like a year. It was like it was way better than what they described, but it was like a year of like horrible pain. Because every time he took a shit, he said it was just like it was like being burned all over again.
That's so crazy, man. Well, that's what I was just saying when you were gone. Is like like 3/4 of the way down through that comment, they just casually mentioned like, yeah, you won't when you're able to eat again. It's like,
right.
It's like yeah, you can't eat. Because I mean, well, Zack, you've had bad burns, not there, but like just bad burns anywhere. Fuck, they're horrible.
They're horrible.
Huh?
Horrible.
Yeah, it's I just really badly burned my hands really badly once, maybe 10, 12 years ago. And yeah, it fucking sucks,
I hope in the comments it's like I hope you're not a millennial because you're not going to get your ass eaten anytime soon. Say goodbye to that. Wasn't that it? Millennials? Sorry.
Well, about eating ass, I believe that was it.
Or millennials eat ass. Okay.
Right? Something like that. Oh, man. That's all I'm thinking about. Man, jerking off tonight's going to be weird. Anyways.
Did we check Dono? Somebody's asking.
Oh, yeah. I haven't
done that in a while.
I kind of just need to like regroup after all of that. Okay. Miles Dyer donated $10, says, huge love from across the ocean in London, England. Great to catch you live on Twitch at last. Been a fan for 14 years. Early YouTube days. Question, are any of you guys horror gamers and checking out Callisto Protocol? Oh, we will. Zach just talked about that. He asked that before. Richie did. Thank you, Miles. That's cool. Hannah Brooks donated $10, says, I've been watching your sketches since I was a kid. Watching your streams for the longest time, too. Tomorrow's Boys, hashtag taste this pussy salad. Thank you, Hannah. And
hello.
May McDonald Music donated $10, says, Meshes in the Afternoon is that short film that gets used as the quintessential art film all the time. Lady falls asleep and chases herself with a mirror face. You can skip it. Thank you, May. I wasn't going to go Google it. I was going to watch another Murder Santa movie after this, but now I'm glad I don't have to watch that.
Okay.
I watched a Christmas horror movie this morning where it's the Santas getting murdered. I thought that was a good twist.
Oh, what's it called?
It's called Don't Open Till Christmas from 1984, London or Britain. It's a British movie. It's got some really great gore. There's this guy gets, and it's clearly low budget and stuff, but there's this one guy gets an axe or something in his head, and then like I'm not even sure what they did, but like the camera's like here on the side of his face, his eyeballs like sliding down, like losing its shape and like sliding down his head, like with the pupil. And it's really good. It's like, I just sitting here alone, like having coffee, like getting ready to do, go about my day. And I'm just like, oh my God. It's like, it's pretty gross.
I love Christmas horror movies. Like that.
Oh, yeah.
Tales from the Crypt that Zemeckis did, I think is so good.
What's it called?
Tales from the Crypt. There's an episode from the Crypt where like Sam,
yeah.
insane asylum and is like killing everybody. It's really great.
I watched one. I was watching a couple today just while I was at work, and one called Dead End from 2003, which is not great. Well, the first half is kind of annoying, but I mean, it's a family on their way to visit their relatives, and then the road they're on just doesn't end, and there's a ghost like killing them. But the mom and dad are Ray Wise and Lynn Shay, and so fucking awesome. And what's funny is Lynn Shay's character is Laura, so if you're a Twin Peaks fan like me, it's another chance you get to see Ray Wise cry, but be like, Laura! Which is what he did all the time at Twin Peaks.
Oh, I saw a great movie the other day. My kid was up early, and I just had to put something on, and I watched the whole thing. Hadn't seen it before. A movie from the late 90s, early 2000s, Signs.
Oh yeah,
that's such a weird intro to say you watched Signs.
That movie was insane.
I've never seen it.
It's insane. I've only seen it. Doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't.
It's a movie.
Isn't the twist in that one that aliens don't like water?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all I know about it.
I guess the twist is that it's all about faith. I don't know.
That's not a twist.
It's not a twist, yeah, I guess.
That's a theme.
Like Jesus? Like Jesus is involved with the aliens? Or
Yeah.
what? That's what, I mean, one of my favorite 70s movies is that. God told me to. But, yeah. I've only seen, I've seen Sixth Sense. And I've seen his trilogy of superpowered guy. What is that? Unbreakable, Split.
Yeah. Oh, you saw the trilogy?
The trilogy. And I know that Zach's on what do you call it? You can't talk. You can't say things. But
I'm quivering right now.
I know. I'm sorry, man. Glass is terrible. I like Split. I like Unbreakable. I thought Split was pretty damn good. Glass is not good. It's like you didn't bring it home.
I need to go back and watch a lot of these movies because they are amazing in a way.
Mm-hmm.
This guy's movies are all amazing in a way.
I mean, dude, I don't give a fuck. Lady in the Water, that movie is so batshit crazy that I've watched it.
I've never seen it.
The first time I watched it, I watched it again the same day. And then I think I probably watched it again the next day. I was like, this is wild.
Isn't it like about the beauty of storytelling or something crazy like that?
Yeah.
Like the magic of tales.
And he casts himself as a writer who will one day write something so wonderful. It'll heal the world Bill and Ted style. And he casts himself.
You know what? I mean,
well,
what would we do without fucking filmmakers like that, though? I'm so glad that there's guys like there's good movies.
Me too.
And then there's guys like
Shyamalan has enriched the world, and I am glad he is doing his thing, and I hope he continues to make more movies, man.
And I will say the same shit about Michael Bay. People are like, "Oh, he sucks." I'm like, he does suck, but he sucks in such a specific way that no one else could do. You know, that's why I like Michael Bay. It's like no one else is him. You know,
with Signs, like it's this movie about aliens invading the world. But how are we gonna see it? We're gonna see it from Joaquin Phoenix, the two kids, Mel Gibson's perspective, and then you have some cop, and then the only other real character in the movie is M. Night Shyamalan.
He's in that one too. How many movies? Wait, does he put himself in every film?
He's in all of them.
Although,
is he in The Visit? He must be. Somebody in chat is Night in The Visit?
And it must be one of those things where it's in life.
He's probably on the train. He takes their ticket or something.
Yeah. And Alfred Hitchcock's Lifeboat, he put himself. The whole movie takes place on a lifeboat, and so he had them have a magazine where he's on the back cover of the magazine.
Really? I'm showing my daughter the Lord of the Rings movies for the first time because we just finished the books. And I pause every once in a while. I'm like, oh, he made himself a weird drunk in 2 scenes in this movie. You know, Peter Jackson, it was never you'd have to kind of know what it wasn't like some of those guys do showier cameos, but that was just oh, Zach, you something I've been meaning to bring up is one of my favorite action movies of all time is John Woo's Hard Boiled for 1991. And there is one of the funny things about that. I think the action in that movie is fucking insane and outstanding. But so Chow Yun-Fat's character lives above a bar. He hangs out at the bar all the time. So there's a few times in the movie where he goes to the bar and gets advice from the owner, Mr. Woo, who is John Woo. And so I was like, wow, Zach's got something in common with Hard Boiled, where it's there's a middle part of the movie where the character talks to the director at the bar.
Yeah, all right. I didn't even realize.
But you could have, maybe you could put more doves and guns in your next movie too. I don't know.
Yeah, more birds.
When we watched all the Mission Impossible movies, my kid was 10 and me 9 or 10 when we watched those, and after we watched them, I'm like, did you like those? She's like, yeah, I want to rewatch all of them except part 2. That's the John Woo one. And she's like, there's just it was too lovey and too many slow motion doves. I'm like, man, you're so
funny.
You're so culturally intelligent already.
Yeah. She's sharp.
That was we brought John Woo over here.
Who made Pain and Gain? Was that Michael Bay?
Who?
Pain and Gain?
Yeah.
Punished Walrus is talking about Pain and Gain.
Yeah, that's Michael Bay.
I've not seen that. Is it good?
I've seen the end half of that.
I saw it in the theater. It's too long, which is a Michael Bay thing. It's like almost 2.5 hours long, I think. But it's definitely got a good movie in it. But then I think there's too much other stuff. But I mean, The Rock's funny in it, and Mark Wahlberg and Anthony Mackie are good. But I don't really remember anything about it besides that.
It's like a crime movie, but like the jokes are always like they're like, oh man, we're gonna get caught if we do this. Oh, I'm freaking out. All right, let's just like do some sets.
Yeah, well, and that does have
and that's like the joke,
value. But the first few times, but also it's based on a real thing. It's based on a news article, and like it could have he maybe could have tightened it up a little bit.
Thesis Nut says, you guys want to see Avatar 2? I am pumped for Avatar 2.
Yeah.
I was thinking about this. I was like, I'll
pay $40 fucking dollars to see it in 3D.
My buddy saw it today in London. He was at the press screening. A friend of mine.
Oh, wow. I was texting Sean O'Connor about this. I was like, hey, we should get a bunch of people together to go see Avatar 2 when it comes out. Zach, you want me to loop you in?
Yeah, I'm down.
Dude, I missed the times
and Sarah in too. Don't get 2 tickets.
I missed the times that me, Sam, and Sean. Well, the best time I remember is me, Sam, and Sean, and some other guys seeing G.I. Joe. That was it was a fucking blast. And then we got free movie tickets because I complained afterwards. I'm like, hey, the first 10 minutes of that movie were blurry. There's something wrong, and they gave me a pass to get it back into the movie, specifically G.I. Joe, with a person. So I took my friend Casey the next day. I'm like, hey, I complained. You want to see G.I. Joe? He's like, I guess.
I guess so, Karen.
I was like, you know what? When I do that at a theater, it's like because I want them to know, hey, by the way, this is fucked up. But I
hear you. No,
I didn't
you gotta
care. But I didn't want to. But I was like, oh, you're gonna give me a ticket? Sure. It's one of those things.
I took a group to Barbarian here, and we went to this AMC, and the sound was so low, I couldn't hear anything. And I went out to the lobby. I went with my producer Roy, and he went out to the lobby first and was like, "You guys got to turn the volume up. This is crazy." And they did it. And then I went out into the lobby, and I was like, "Guys, you got to turn the volume up in the movie." I've never done this before, but I was like, "You got to turn the volume up. It's not loud enough in there. I'm telling you." And they're like, "Well, we don't know if the movie's going to get loud later." I'm like, "It's not." And they're like, "Well, we don't know." And I was like, "I'm telling you, it's not. Turn it up."
Did they turn it up?
No.
Oh,
I feel like
they did, but they didn't.
I feel like that's appropriate. I feel like that is a moment where you can be like, "Well, I directed it, so
please just listen to me."
I am positive. But it does get really loud later.
I've done that here before, especially we have a new theater, the newer theater they built about 5 years ago. The theater before that, every once in a while I was like, listen, can you I don't know. I felt like it was just people didn't know what they were doing running it. And so I complained a lot. But this is a major egg on my face. I was in Rhode Island September last year. And we went and saw the Candyman, the new Candyman that came out last year. And did you guys see that?
Yeah.
Okay, so it starts with the studio logo and the monkey paw logo and all the studio logos and the titles are backwards. So I was like, this is weird. And I went out and I asked one of the theater guys, I'm like, why is it backwards? He's like, you're at Candyman, right? I'm like, yeah. He's like, it's like Candyman, it's in a mirror. I'm like, oh God, I'm so sorry.
And he was like, idiot.
Yeah, it's totally.
And then you go back and you see all the buildings are upside down. And you're like, okay, well, why is it upside down in there?
I felt so fucking stupid.
Well, it's Candyman. Candyman's in the upside down world too, right?
He's like a Stranger Thing.
Candyman is a Stranger Thing, bro.
Candyman is
Use your brain, dude.
Use your brain. Look at the city. He doesn't know. Candyman is a Stranger Thing.
Dude, when he says sweets for my sweet, he's talking about Eggo waffles because that bald magic girl loves them.
What a fucking idiot.
My daughter wants to be 11 for Halloween next year. I'm like, okay, but you have to be shaved head version. She's like, it's cool when she grew her hair, but it's coolest, we're going to shave your head. So I don't think I'll really shave her head.
Make her.
Did you tell her that Finn Wolfhard, huge Whitest Kids
Yes, I sent her when you sent me that, sent us that screenshot or whatever. I sent
Guys,
her.
we don't know that. You're just saying that because some dude said that.
Yeah, I'm positive.
I know. I told her about that because she's obsessed.
Right up the article. Barbarian director's friend says Finn
Leave me
Wolfhard.
out of this, dude. Leave me the fuck out of it.
Okay, Barbarian director's acquaintance says.
I just told her about it because she loves that girl, Millie Bobby Brown. I'm like, so there's a possibility that she at least knows who I am, so that's cool, right? She's like, sure. It's like, it's almost like she whatever.
Guess your dad is.
Like she, she those were on TV and stuff. But like she kind of cares, but kind of just like it doesn't fucking matter. But I know that she when she she probably talks to her friends about it, and like no one else's dads do that around here, so it's probably kind of weird. I bet she doesn't even talk about it. But
How old is she now?
11. So 11 and a half. She'll be 12 in the summer. So yeah.
I wonder if there's going to be a moment where she's like, Dad, I got to admit something. I've seen the show. Don't like it.
Yeah.
You
guys
super
hold a
embarrassed.
fucking candle to Human Giant.
Oh, that would hurt. Oh, that would hurt.
Yeah. Like all three of us were like, I'll call you guys like, listen, we need to have like a Zoom call intervention and
Seen it. It's no Try Guys.
Well, that's the thing is she's all about I don't know, like those dudes, just weird random YouTube stuff that I've, it's like, it's weird how I know I sound like 1,000 years old talking about this, but it's just,
she's into Mr. Beast.
Probably. What is that?
Oh, Mr. Beast is like the biggest YouTube guy there.
Oh yeah, I've heard of him. Okay. But I asked her because I'm getting her a nice boombox that she can also cast music to and all that stuff. So she can listen to music in her room and don't tell her anybody. But I asked her, I'm like, what music are you into? And I said, I'm not going to know what it is, but if you just tell me the names, I'm just wondering. And she's like, I don't know, like Dua Lipa and then like stuff on YouTube. I'm like, so you guys don't even know who you listen to anymore? You know what I mean? You're just like,
that's so fucked.
You know what's fucked? Yeah, and the album thing to me is like I fucking love listening to an entire album. People kids don't do that. You know? It's weird.
Even my wife doesn't do that. I feel like, and she's only 8 years younger. And she's
right.
Like, no, I don't listen to like whole albums.
That's so weird. Because I just love the the movement of the whatever.
Yeah, it's like it's a whole thing. It's like it's one body of work.
Like a month ago or a few weeks ago, I tweeted about how I was doing the dishes and I threw on Appetite for Destruction, and I was like, man, I just kind of forgot, I was too young to really remember, but I know that when that came out, people were like thinking it was another hair metal band, and then it was like, and the way I said it in the tweet was like, it was like these fucking heroin punk metal crazy people, and the way that album sounded, and this girl tweeted back at me a few times. She's like, never call Axl Rose punk rock again. I'm like, okay, well, that's not what I was doing. I was saying, but the sound and kind of the feeling they had was kind of like, fuck you, and I feel, but man, she tweeted at me a few times, she was so mad at me for even saying the Axl Rose and the word punk in the same sentence. It's like, okay, yeah,
it's really punk to complain to somebody on the internet.
That's what I said. The first thing I said back to her was nothing more punk rock than Clutching Pearls. That's what I said.
Exactly. There you go.
Yeah.
But really, when you think about it, yes, it's Axl Rose like a punk rock guy. No, he's kind of a fucking diva, but the way that album sounds, especially if you think about where people were at that time with music, it's like, holy, they were saying, they were very kind of, we don't fucking care. And, that was kind of their whole vibe, at least for the first album. And then they got all kind of epic, but.
Did I ever tell you I saw them live in concert? Our friend
Guns N'
Alex
Roses?
actually had an extra ticket, and we went and saw them at the Staples Center. And they did a few covers, and I think they did they do a Misfits cover, and I think they did it that night. But then they came out and did a cover of Wichita Lineman by Glenn Campbell. You know, I'm a lineman for the county.
No.
It's like only for them. Like, it was so great.
Right.
It was so awesome. It was like no one in the audience was like, yeah, let's see Guns N' Roses cover Glenn Campbell. You know? Yeah.
Who?
I couldn't name a Glenn Campbell song.
Rhinestone Cowboy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But also, he did a great cover of "I'll Be Home for Christmas." He's a really good cover of that. He had a great voice. Also, he has a fantastic mugshot. He's got one of the better ones. When he was older, he got pulled over for a DUI. It's just him with like short gray hair and like a lot of gray stubble, just just looking so fucking pissed off, like.
Oh, Sam, you know who I saw in my neighborhood the other day? Harry Styles. And guess what?
Whoa.
Very, very, very fat. Very, very overweight. Grossly.
So that wasn't him.
Almost completely bald, dude.
Oh, this is my favorite.
Yeah.
This is my favorite.
So go figure. Also, like, probably on drugs, because he was like sitting in the street, you know, talking to himself, and like big goiter, big fucking weird, sickly looking goiter. I was like, who would have thought Harry Styles?
I'm
way
pretty
overweight,
sure that wasn't him.
pretty much certainly homeless, and with a goiter, and no hair on top.
Asian guy.
Dude. Weird. What?
I said also Asian guy.
Yeah.
Not a white dude.
So
wasn't
crazy.
him.
I was like, sure as day, Harry Styles, Asian. Never would have thought.
What was he
Never
doing?
would have thought. I think he was muttering to himself and jerking off in his sweatpants. He was fucking clearly high on something.
Stacey, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut it off.
Oh, and Olivia Wilde was there too. She was walking a dog, and she went right by him, didn't say a word to him. I was like, "Aren't you guys dating? Don't you? Why would you talk to him?" And she, by the way, she is like 73 years old. Dude. So that threw me for a loop.
She's not.
I was like, Olivia, there she goes. Definitely in her 70s. 100%.
How do you
frail, very frail, limping, walker, the whole deal.
How do you think they make those pictures? How do you think they take pictures?
Movie magic, special effects. Honestly,
it's all Photoshops.
Because in all the photos, he does not look Asian. In the photos and in the movies, he doesn't look Asian. But
he's not Asian. He's not.
But Sam, I just saw him. I just saw him with my eyes. Tell me what I saw.
Oh my god.
This is my favorite bit to do.
Yeah.
It is so funny. I love it. Did you see? Who was it that photoshopped? After we did the Brad Pitt one a few months back, who was it that photoshopped the fat Brad Pitt? Was that you, Sam?
Oh, I haven't seen that.
Oh, no, the thumbnail for the video is like a fat Brad Pitt.
I think it must have been Nate or maybe Nate, a fan or something. I did the bald Steven Tyler.
Right. That's you.
Yeah.
Someone says any Michael Bublé heads in the chat. I think he should change his name to Mickey Bubbles because I like that better. But I don't know. He just sings Christmas songs, right? Is that what he does?
He's a crooner, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, he's like a young guy who sings like Sinatra and I guess is like wildly famous, but like I couldn't pick him out of a lineup.
Yeah, me neither.
He looks like Ben Lee. Like he's like that kind of.
What the fuck does that mean?
Who's Ben Lee?
Yeah.
I don't know who Ben Lee is. He was like a
I just
90s,
said I don't.
No, I'm just saying. He's like a 90s alt rocker. 90s indie rocker. Yeah.
New Moneybag says favorite Christmas movie. There's not a question mark, so I don't think they're asking us. They're just saying favorite Christmas movie.
I want to see Santa's Sleigh. I haven't seen it, but I want to see that.
You mean Violent Night?
Nope, I mean Santa's Sleigh.
What's Santa's Sleigh?
It's a movie where Santa murders everybody.
Is it old? When is it?
Yeah, it's like 80s, I think.
Yeah, the 80s.
Hot dog water burbs. Thanks, buddy.
Oh, wow, look at
Coming
that.
in hot.
Hey, I'm going to check donos. Well, Zach, for some reason, because we talked once about Violent Night and you accidentally called it something else, so that's what I thought you meant. Sorry.
Yeah.
I called it Silent Night. Right.
Is that what it was?
Yeah. I think so.
Ross Ju donated $20, says you guys are really neat. Thank you, Ross. And Leftover Thanksgiving Food donated $5, says How goes it, guys? Remember the turkey hammer, that weird green bean casserole? Yep, that's me. The food you put up. Okay, good job. Bits. Donation bits. Principal Rolls gifting sub. Thank you. Doc Paranormal.
Principal Rolls.
Just Clay Jones. Infraud. Paper Cut Uchi. Thank you, everybody. Favorite Christmas movie. I love Dial Code Santa Claus, which is a French Christmas movie from the late 80s where a kid gets left in his huge, weird mansion because his mom's working late, and a pedo Santa tries to kill him, and he like thwarts him using gadgets and toys in his house.
It's like a Home Alone.
Well, so it came out a few months before Home Alone, and the guy tried to take Chris Columbus to court. Wow. Because it is like pretty similar, but it's funny because it's like French, and so it's got like Dutch angles and like gauze on the lens, and just shot more European-y, you know? But like
John Williams scored both movies.
Huh?
John Williams scored both movies. And Macaulay Culkin plays both kids, so
it's really weird. But so this kid is like obsessed with Rambo, and so it starts with him like dressing up as Rambo, but there's like close-ups on his biceps, and I guess it's supposed to kind of like parody Rambo because it's like a little kid, but like watching it now, that part it's kind of like okay, you know, it's like sweaty child.
This movie's trying to turn me on. What the fuck?
How'd they know?
No.
But no. Dial Code Santa Claus is
It was
great.
fucked up. I watched it and I got a boner for the kid.
Sam, hey, whoa, Sam.
That's fucking weird. That's definitely one I watch all the time. I love Krampus. I really like the Muppet Christmas.
You know, my buddies made Krampus.
Yeah.
Krampus. Did I say that already?
Another time we talked about it.
I just watched the new the Christmas Story or whatever it's called.
Oh yeah, how was that?
Oh, the sequel where he's all grown up.
Yeah, I liked it.
Wow,
I thought it was fun.
I like that guy.
I totally thought it was fun. Like I thought it was a really good revisiting of the whole thing. It wasn't too self-referential. I thought like it was fun seeing the kid actors as adults actually in it, and they all did a pretty good job. You know, it was like
cool.
Kind of like, oh wow, they had
the redheaded
charisma.
bully from that movie is the Whitest Kids fan.
Yeah, he's
really?
messaged. Yeah, I've talked to him. He also was friends with my ex-wife and her dad, completely unrelated, like 20 years ago, because her dad used to sell like autographed sports memorabilia, and so they'd go to conventions, and he'd be there doing Christmas Story stuff. And like, I guess, but anyways, random connection. But anyways, but yeah, he there was a time on Twitter he was like messaging me and Trevor and about something I can't remember. Wasn't he in Freddy vs. Jason too? Isn't that the same guy? Pretty sure he is. Someone says, does he have yellow eyes? I don't know.
Jason Ritter is in Freddy vs. Jason, and he's a Whitest Kids fan.
Oh.
Nice guy.
Yeah.
Well, guys.
Yeah, Zach Ward. That's who we're talking about. Zach Ward.
Wait.
But that's cool, Sam. I mean, because, you know, my gut instinct when I see something like that is like, I'm never watching that movie, you know?
Yeah. No, I'd say check it out. It's a good watch. I also want to throw out there that there's a movie that came out like a year or two ago that I was surprisingly into. Was called Claws.
Yeah, I've heard that's awesome.
It's like a like an animated an animated Christmas movie, and really it's kind of like a Santa Claus origin story thing. It's super fun.
Do you know?
So surprised by it.
I've heard it's really great. I have it on my list. Really want to watch it this year sometime. But you know, L. Frank Baum, who wrote The Wizard of Oz, wrote a Santa origin story that is badass, and so I kind of wonder if Klaus references that at all. But like, when L. Frank Baum wrote it like 120 years ago, it was like, yeah, Santa Claus like has an axe and like protects the forest and like kills goblins and shit.
This is more of a like comedic romp kind of thing. Like,
Oh, it is?
Didn't Santa have an aggressive role in Buckerson and Myers?
Yes. Yeah. He was like this demigod with I found like this stat sheet someone made, a character sheet someone made for him. And so we had him show up, and like, when you say aggressive, he showed up not meaning to be aggressive, but then was immediately attacked by you guys. So yes, then he became
I
aggressive.
think that's how it went down.
Yeah, that never happened.
That's all right.
we got away from that guy by stealing his sleigh. That's how he escaped.
And then you crashed it. That got so off the rails. You know what's funny is so that video game Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, I love it. It's like basically Borderlands, but they're playing her D&D game. So there's a mission in there where she's like, okay, I love this. Oh, you guys are going to love this quest. Go talk to this guy. And they're like, I don't trust him. We should just kill him. She's like, no, just talk to him. Like, no, we should probably kill him. And like, so then you like kind of change the mission into killing him, and she gets all upset. And I was like, oh, okay. So it's
it's not just these guys.
It's everybody. It's pretty funny.
What movie should I watch tonight? Sarah's going to something. She's gone. I'm in the house to myself. I can watch any movie I want.
You gonna watch a Christmas movie?
No, I'm not gonna watch a Christmas movie.
You're not gonna watch a Christmas movie yet?
When was the last time I just I've been on my whole art kick, and the last piece I did was like a diptych of stills from Manhunter. When was the last time you've seen Manhunter?
About 2 years ago.
Okay, all right. So the Manhunter director's cut, great. I love that.
That's what I hear. I hear the director's cut is the way to go.
I don't know. I was watching all those 70s Yakuza movies. You go watch something like that. It's Battles Without Honor and Humanity. Jesus Christ. Battles Without Honor and Humanity is what I've been watching. But we were talking about Outrage last time. I'm going to watch those sometime soon.
Last weekend,
I'm reading all the suggestions in chat. I've seen pretty much every movie everyone's talking about except Cuties. Didn't see Cuties.
Someone's saying the Weird Al story.
Ooh, Piggy. I think I might watch Piggy. Good call.
Is that the Nick Cage one?
No, it's a French movie. It's
it's like new.
Yeah, it looks good.
Last weekend I rewatched both The Fugitive and Crimson Tide. Both were a great time.
Oh, dude.
I watch The Fugitive every year on St. Patrick's Day.
Okay, who's a better actor? Gene Hackman or Tommy Lee Jones?
Oh, man.
I would go Gene Hackman.
I probably would too, but
wow,
that's tough.
Tommy Lee Jones is
Tommy Lee Jones in The Fugitive is like one of the most amazing things ever. But then again, Gene Hackman in The Royal Tenenbaums is like...
That's what I'm saying. Well, and here's what I was going to say. I can't see Tommy Lee Jones playing Royal Tenenbaum, but I also, now that you mention it, cannot see Gene Hackman playing Sam Gerard. So, yeah.
But if I can see Gene Hackman playing Sam Gerard, he'd be fucking awesome.
Yeah.
If you look at like Gene Hackman, you got to go to like, Bonnie and Clyde, The Conversation. Like,
The Conversation.
It's such like a long career. French Connection. Like, Tommy Lee Jones was like in movies in the 70s, but not like that. Not like how Gene Hackman.
But then you look at Hackman in the Conversation, and then look at like Tommy Lee Jones, especially his last monologue in No Country for Old Men. Like there's some similarity.
Amazing.
There.
Amazing.
Like the sad melancholy thing, you know.
You know what I did this week? John Dwyer and I went and saw the Goblin perform the soundtrack live to Suspiria.
Oh my God! That'd be
it was rad.
Awesome.
And you know what was crazy? I sat next to Eli Roth.
Oh wow, cool!
I didn't say anything to him. I almost wanted to be like, "Hey man," but I was like, I'm just gonna leave him alone.
Did they have a guy sing like like into the mic?
Yeah, the drummer was going. Yeah.
Oh my God, I love that.
It was rad, dude. And
I'll
then
who
was sitting in front of me was Beck.
Jeez, you were in a good
in front of me. I was like, "What the fuck?"
That's crazy, man. Well, has Eli Roth like said anything about Barbarian, like in the press or anything? Do you know if he's seen it or anything?
Not that I know of.
Tommy Lee Jones also turned in the worst villain performance ever as Two-Face, so Hackman wins. Yeah, because I'm sure Hackman never made a bad movie. Like, they both made bad movies. It happens.
Also, was Tommy Lee Jones bad as Two-Face? I mean, that movie is like, come on, that movie's crazy.
The movie's bad, but okay, so... I mean, Tommy Lee Jones is like, first of all, he's being directed by Joel Schumacher to be like this crazy neon version of these characters, and that's what they did. And I mean, he really wanted them to kind of be like the Adam West show, and that's kind of what they were doing, So I don't think he was bad. He just was in a bad movie. Yeah, like you said. Hackman was fucking Lex Luthor in Superman 4. That's a terrible movie. That's worse than Batman Forever.
But wasn't he? He was always Lex Luthor, so it's like kind of.
He was Lex Luthor in the good ones too, and he's terrific as Lex Luthor. And it's like a different kind of Lex Luthor than is popular now. Nowadays, the last 20 years, so Lex Luthor is supposed to be like an on top businessman. He's fucking awesome at everything, but like Lex Luthor was kind of a little bit of a joke when Gene Hackman played him. But he was great. You know, still kind of scary. You know?
Chad is going off about how the Jim Carrey, Tommy Lee Jones beef that was happening over.
Yeah.
Yes, I've heard Jim Carrey do that interview on Norm where he's like, Tommy Lee Jones apparently like they both arrived in town to like, you know, start shooting the movie, and Jim Carrey went to this restaurant and he saw Tommy Lee Jones in the back of the restaurant and he was like, oh, I'm gonna go like introduce myself, and, you know, we're gonna be working together. So he's like, he approaches Tommy Lee Jones, and Tommy Lee Jones, I'm gonna get this a little wrong, but stands up and goes,
someone in chat just said it.
Oh, they said it. I cannot condone your buffoonery. Is that what he said?
It's sanction.
I cannot sanction.
Someone said sanction, but yeah.
I
can't sanction your buffoonery.
What a fucking crazy
someone
thing to say to
said-
Jim Carrey.
Timmy, that room looks dope, and someone else says that's because it's a green screen. Okay, yeah, but it's still like a room in my house, so I'll take the credit.
Yeah, right. Don't believe you.
Remove the background. Let's see what's really back there.
It's just some like shitty room. Hold on, let me see, because I haven't done anything good in here yet.
I hope to
see.
God it's the same exact room, but with less DVDs.
There's just more cum everywhere.
He only has 3 DVDs, but he's like, I gotta green screen it so it looks like I have more DVDs.
Dude, there's still just a bunch of shit. You know, there's just not.
Yeah.
Just not a
Let's
fun
see
room
that
here.
rug. Let me see the carpet.
Dude, so this is 70s carpet, man. So yeah.
Is that through the whole house, dude?
No. Well, okay, so yeah. So, you know, I got this house from there was an old man who lived here for fucking 60 years, and then he died. And so the carpet in this room is, who knows how fucking old. But so I did already get the carpet replaced in the bedrooms, because like they're at the end of the hall, and I didn't want to have to like move shit in and then someday move the furniture and carpet. So we did that. But so I'll carpet this room eventually. But yeah, the hallway and the living room have old carpet in it too. And the den, which is the blue screen room or green screen room. So there's a lot of old carpet.
Did the old man die in the house? Somebody wants to know.
I'm thinking he died. There's a little half bathroom next to the TV in the den, like where he probably had his TV too, where mine is. And I'm like, I bet he died in
the bathroom.
I don't know. I'm just like, I have no idea. But like, I think I jokingly said to somebody once, like, yeah, I love this house. I'll be here forever, and I'll die in that little bathroom, just like that guy probably did.
Wow.
But
do you ever hear whispering in the house?
Huh?
Do you ever hear whispering?
No.
What? Temperature fluctuations?
Yeah.
Really? Does it get cold in certain spots?
Well, yeah, but it's just a drafty house. At
You're
least
fucking haunted, bro.
So it's a ghost, right?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, this house is post-World War II. It's like built in the 50s. So, it's long enough for there to be some haunting in it. Plus, like, it used to be, government housing, so there could have been a lot of people in here living in bad conditions in the 40s and 50s, So.
Yep. Director of Barbarian tells acquaintance he's haunted.
It's not good. It's not interesting.
But that tracks, though, because you're a horror movie guy, so you couldn't believe in ghosts. Sam, oh my God, that reminds me of when we did the Trevathon thing, and Trevor was like on a break or whatever, and you and I interviewed we interviewed the paranormal guys, and we had the skeptic guy with us in studio, and then on the phone or on the video, we were talking to the dude who really believed all that shit. Do you remember that? He believed in ghosts?
No, I mean, I've been up for...
Right, yeah. But so I don't know if you remember this, but it was so funny. So the guy who was all into ghosts and stuff, and me and you and the skeptic guy are kind of cracking jokes about ghosts or whatever. And then the guy who's like, he's like, I don't think you can really say that ghosts aren't real until you've like taken out the grimoire, drawn the circle in chalk on the floor with the symbols and done the ritual. We're like, no. Like, we could just say ghosts aren't real.
Yeah. We don't have to.
We were just like, dude, you don't
say there's no Satan until you've abducted a 6-year-old boy, tied him to the altar, slit his throat, bled onto the fucking crucifix. Then you can tell me there's no Satan.
You can't say God's not real until you get some lady pregnant and no one knows how you did it, and you wait for 33 years and you nail her son to a tree, okay?
Yeah. Then I'll listen to you.
I remember that, like, one of my favorite moments from that whole thing was, did you see when we were doing the, not the 24 hours, but the later things, the episodes?
I didn't watch,
the first episode we did, we had a furry on.
Yes.
And the second episode, I don't know if Trevor ever showed you this, but he was a big fan of this Cool Cat or something, like DJ Cool Cat or whatever, like this like crazy guy who like made these movies about like where he had this character Cool Cat that he wanted to catch on, but they were also like Cool Cat was like pro guns or something. I don't know. It was crazy. But anyways, the guy that made the Cool Cat.
Oh, people are saying Cool Cat Saves the Kids by Derek Savage. That's what they're saying.
Derek Savage. So Derek Savage comes into the studio. He like, this is week 2, and he comes up to us like immediately and he goes, "Hey, I saw last week's show. Loved what you did with Jerk Off Boy there."
Meaning Timmy?
The furry. The furry.
Oh, Jerk Off Boy.
I love that you're like.
I thought you were like pointing at Timmy when you did that. That's so funny.
I love that. Jerk Off Boy must be Timmy.
No.
I was not in the studio for that one, but I mean it's definitely a logical assumption. I was at an anime convention in 2019. And the gal that put it together was a White Kids fan and hired me to do stand-up and come down there. And I even had a booth, sold some photos and stuff, like headshots and autographs. But anyways, so there was a bunch of furries there. And like one of them like was standing by my booth for a while and I started talking to him and I'm like, so is it always, it's not just a sex thing, right? He's like, no, like, and that's kind of what Trevor did too, right? When he talked to him.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Kind of learn about their whole thing.
What do your headshots look like that you sell?
What picture was that? Oh, they're ones that my brother Daniel shot at me a couple years ago. I actually had it on I still have been using it because I look like shit these days. So I've been using this one from a few years ago. It's like short hair, and I got short hair, and I'm in a Hawaiian shirt making a silly face. You've probably seen the picture.
Let's see that shit.
I'm looking for it. It's on a lot of like.
You can share screen.
Yeah, I know. Hold on. I'm trying to find it, though. I guess I'll get on the internet and find it somewhere. I thought I had it on this computer. Anyways, yeah. So, but I don't use it for headshots for anything except like, I still have some in an envelope somewhere. When I go on tour, sometimes people might want one. So I'll just like give it to them, or maybe they'll throw me a few bucks or something. But,
all right, guys, I think it is time.
Yeah.
All right.
Good to see everybody.
You too, buddy.
Who should we raid?
Let's raid official WKUK. Wait.
Fortnite, Cheesy Blue Nips, Shroud, Dino Oblivion, Daniel Decay, Will Neff, Lunatic Live, Nephew Quin, or Everything Now Show. I don't know what a lot of these are.
Holy shit. All right. I will leave it to you all to figure it out.
Okay.
Later, everybody. Good to see you
Someone
guys.
shout out a channel we should raid. See Zack.
Wait, I found the picture.
All right, wait.
Ready?
No, I'm not.
Oh, sorry. I'll stop share. Wait. Did I fuck up?
No, I had it set up for 3 people. Now it's 2. All right.
Oh.
Throw up that.
You ready?
DJ, drop that beat.
Drop that sexy shit. Yeah, we shot this in my parents' basement.
Oh.
I like that picture still. We shot some other ones too that then we're going to get bumper stickers made that my brother helped me design that we never did, where there's another picture of me with short hair, only it's like not as wild. And I'm like kind of just making a serious face, but then he photoshopped it so I was green and had like a third eye, and we were going to make like this kind of trippy bumper sticker to sell. But because I talk a lot about like drugs and reality now.
Not a bumper sticker that says I'd rather be eating hot dogs.
I know.
I'd rather be baked beans.
Why don't I do that and just fucking retire, right? Then I could just retire. So I did my first 45-minute set last night for the first time in a little over 3 years.
Ooh, wow.
And it was fun. I did 2 20-minute sets last week that went well. And the new venue we use here in Watertown, it's this, there's this place called Harry's. They do like hamburgers and beer, sports bar kind of thing downstairs. The new owners that bought it about a year ago or so, they turned the upstairs into another smaller bar with a stage. And it's such a good fucking comedy venue. We sold it out. Wow. And it was like, Yeah, which is in Watertown. It's like no one goes to shit, you know. So it's like it was cool. And the gal I was opening for, she's from Fargo. She lives in LA, but she's from Fargo, North Dakota. So she was up there for the holidays. So we brought her to Aberdeen. I opened for her there. It's a little further north from here in South Dakota. And then we brought her to Watertown with Amber Preston. And what's weird, Sam, I was going to tell you this story earlier. You remember that time I did the Meltdown? You and Trevor came? It was like 2012. And anyways,
sure.
It was right before we went to that strip club when I was getting divorced, and the strip club earring into my head. That very wholesome strip club trip.
Yeah, I remember.
Where
that.
We're friends with the ladies. They high-fived us on the way out. But anyways, so when I was moving a few months ago, I'm looking through boxes, going through memorabilia, and then my friend John's like, "Hey, do you want to open for Amber Preston in Aberdeen and Watertown?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure." And I was like, had just set down the poster from the Meltdown, because they give you a copy of the poster for the show you're on with, you know, I'm on it. So is she. I was like, that's weird, you know. But anyway, she's a good lady. We had a good time. She's very funny. And anyway, so it's, you know, I haven't hardly done stand up in years, and I'm like kind of feel back a little bit, you know, because last night a little bit. I wrote, you know, I wrote a new rant, and then I took what I did instead of writing a lot of old jokes, is I wrote new parts. Instead of writing new jokes, I wrote a lot of new parts of some old jokes, you know? Oh. And then I also I have I don't know, I wrote some new stuff too, but it's fun. We performed for all of Watertown. Nah, I mean, look, it's always funny to say, haha, no one lives in the Midwest, but there are towns around me that only have 70 people in them, but Watertown's got 20,000. So just Google. So 10 seconds, Google.
Eat a shit. All right.
Eat a shit, dude. Well, plus the small towns always have
fucking shit.
The small towns always have better names. Bemis, South Dakota has 5 people. Is she single? No, she's married. I mean, she's from the Midwest. Everybody gets married. But yeah, and so I'll probably be the headline in that room later. But anyways, the room I did last night was one of those. Remember when I went to the barcade, and it was it felt like we were at the Foot Clan hideout from Turtles 1. Remember the first barcade over by your old place? And this is one of those places I was just talking about. Man, I love that trend. I love that trend, because you go in there, you're like, this is where the Foot Clan would hang out. And that first barcade, you could still smoke in it at the time too. And we're like, hell yeah.
Now I'm kind of annoyed by barcades.
I'm annoyed by.
I don't drink anymore, but it's very it's very much like a thing, and it's very antisocial. I don't know. It's very much hey, don't look at people, and I don't know.
I get it.
Yeah.
All right, who are we gonna raid?
Who are we gonna raid, chat? Sorry I asked you before, but I'm gonna ask you again because I wasn't paying attention when we were talking. I'm gonna turn Eugene Robotron. Someone. Will Neff, I guess.
Skilly Pop says, if I started a talk and self-suck after show, would you guys raid me?
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you gonna talk about though?
Today, or
right now?
After the suck?
How much do I have to donate for a Deep Boys? What does Deep Boys mean? Is that just means when Trevor and Zack would sound smart for 10 minutes?
Well, yeah, when they would get into it.
We do that anyways, right? I mean, it kind of happens. Say something deep, Sam. Skidly Pop says, no, not today. I'm high and eating sushi. I would watch you eat sushi high.
Having a kid's weird.
Oh, you have a kid. We can get deep about that.
I have a kid. We'll get. I have to get back to the kid, but
we have to do stuff.
It's weird. It's it's funny. I was talking to you about this last time was about the whole screen time thing, and I'm kind of whatever. I'm kind of I'm not gonna do the I just need to plop him in front of a screen thing. Right. I'm not avoiding television screens and or anything. And last night we just watched or I have the Blu-rays for the Kotze trilogy, and I put on Koyaanisqatsi, and he was like, my mind is blowing up, and I was like, sick. Oh, I'm getting into you. I think, it's really funny. It's really funny having the thing that I'm thinking about a lot. Like, you really put everything into perspective when you have a kid, because you think about your own life and your own childhood and how you experience stuff, and like the stuff that you do remember from your childhood. And like right now, my kid's just a kid. He's just like doesn't talk, he's just looking around, and sometimes he goes like
right.
You forget that like this stuff does stick with you. These times do stick with you, and they do. You
mean for him or for you?
For him.
Okay.
That there is an effect we have on it, and there is kind of like a imprint of it. And then I'm kind of getting around in a very long Sam story kind of way to the deep.
No, it's all good, man. Someone just typed out Skip, and I timed him out because I like what you're talking about. Fuck him.
I think the craziest thing though that I constantly think about is like the role that Trevor will have in my child's life. And I think about like, my dad died when I was 9 months old, and the role that my dad had in my life. But that's my dad, like that's like such a thing. But it is fascinating to me, because I hope he has an impact on my child's life, and I hope my child thinks of him in a way like it, like because I think about like the way that I think about my grandfather that I never knew, and my grandmother that I never knew, and I honestly don't think about them that much.
Right. But he's going to hear you and his mom and your family and your friends talking about this guy. He's going to see him. I mean, he's on a wall right behind you right now. He's going to like see him, and when you eventually show him our videos and stuff, when he's like 3 or 4, you start showing him the Grapist.
So that's my whole love newsboys, don't worry. I think Mythic, what was that? Sam's pretty
Mythic is working on a different level sometimes.
Okay. Right.
It's okay.
But
joking. Now they say joking.
Yeah, no. It is very strange and very like interesting thing to think about.
Yeah.
The stuff that I have going on that will affect my son, because my father did affect me, even though we didn't have a long time together. And that's also really fucking crazy, is that I am approaching. He's about to be, he's 4 months old. He's like halfway to the point where it's like, that's how long I knew my father. So.
Okay, so because you were how old when your dad died? You were a baby, right?
9 months old, yeah.
Okay, so yeah.
And honestly, like, I was 9 months old and he was out on tour, so I don't even know at what point he, went out there on the ocean.
Oh man,
so
that's wild, dude. Yeah, but no, it's it is kind of it's a weird existential kind of cosmic thing to think about what babies are experiencing and how it's forming their brain when they can't fucking tell you what it's doing. Yeah. Like my daughter's 11. When she likes something, she says she likes it. You know what I mean? Like when she's scared of things, she says scared. But a baby's just always just like that all the time, unless they're crying. And so it's like, but you know that they're still processing it, you know, and so it's something I always think about. And like, you know, there's not really a good way to know this, but they do theorize that babies can remember like being born and shit, and then once you get into like the modern, you know, the like societal human consciousness, like 3 or 4, you start losing those memories. Like once you're able to communicate, you've lost those early memories. So it's just, but it's very weird that the whole thing, and yeah, just looking at a baby and being like, what the fuck are you thinking about? Remember, Trevor used to have a thing that he said he couldn't look in a baby's eyes, and it's like I think about that because it's like I can see it being terrifying. You know what I mean? So like, what the fuck are they thinking about? You can't tell. He never liked not know. He's told me that once. He's like, I don't like it when I don't know what someone's all about. You know what I mean? Did he ever say that to you? Like, he's like, when I don't know like what someone's like trying to do with, you know, like I don't like that, you know? So maybe that's why I didn't like baby's eyes, because you can't fucking find out.
I feel like it's a very OCD thing. A very,
definitely an OCD.
Everything. Yeah,
definitely an OCD thing. But I just think it's very interesting because like, yeah, the baby thing, it's really interesting, and they're just you have this connection to them, and it's like I don't know, it's cool, and that's great, you know. But you know, having a kid rules too, and I know some parents that constantly talk about how they wish they still had babies. I'm like, I don't. I've loved fucking every stage except 2 and 3. Like they can fuck off when they're 2 and 3, but you know.
Yeah. It is funny because it is like that thing of like at first you have the baby and you're like, oh, this is so hard because you have to look at them all the time or they will die. You know, like it is like you have to like put so much attention on them, and you're like, I can't wait till I can just kind of like let it be. And then you realize that like, oh, like once it kind of is self-sufficient in some way, there's all these new problems, and you're constantly going to be swapping problems till you die.
Yeah, I've had that same exact thought. It's true. It's like, you know, oh, now she can feed herself, or now she can like chew stuff and not choke, right? Okay, well now it's like you know. Now it's getting her to eat. Now it's getting her to eat the right kinds of things. Now it's getting them to, you know.
Oh, now they can run around. And now, okay. They can, like, get to places by themselves, but that means they can get to places by themselves.
Right. It was like you spend 9-10 months figuring out, like, all right, I just got to wipe your ass and let you sit there. Oh, now you can touch electric sockets and fire.
Yeah.
I remember when Margaret was 10 months old, maybe. She was crawling around in my mom's house on the wooden floor, and there was like a tiny, tiny, tiny little splinter. And I just remember she's crawling around and puts her hand down and just goes, you know, does one of these because babies don't know at first. They're like, ah, you know, just for a second, like, what happened? Oh, God. So I picked her up, and she was bleeding out of her hand, and she was wiping the blood on my shirt, and I was just like kind of like panicking. I'm like, oh, my God, my kid's bleeding all over me, you know. But then like 10 minutes later, you couldn't even fucking tell. Because babies are also Wolverine, you know, like they got a lot going on in their body, and so they can like heal. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. But.
Oh, Wally got a shot the other day. I brought him to the doctors to get a shot, and he like had this moment, like it's that thing where it's like, oh my God, this hurts, and his face like gets all red, and he's like, oh my God, I don't like this, and then he like gathered himself, and I was really proud of him.
Oh, that's great. Did they do the thighs still? Is that what they do?
Yeah, they do the thighs.
Those fat little baby thighs, and they just jab you.
One last thing I want to show you guys. Actually, I can show you. I can do a screen share, I guess, of this. Let me just... I'll just show you on my phone.
Yes.
But have you seen on Instagram that... everyone's doing this thing where there's like an AI art thing, a program that people are making a bunch of AI pictures of themselves with, where you upload selfies and it makes you a bunch of AI art of your face. Well, we did it with Wally. And so now we have all these like crazy AI pictures, and we haven't been posting pictures of him, but I feel okay posting these because some of them don't really look like him.
It's AI of him, like what he'll be like as an adult.
No, it's just like AI art of him.
Okay,
and it's like
crazy.
Like it's like look at like there's that thing that he has with him. That's nothing. That's just the AI being like, oh, this is something.
Some sort of like sci-fi stick.
Yeah, it is basically like, yeah, here's a sci-fi stick.
Oh, someone says that is that Hawkeye Wally?
This one
that's
doesn't
an
really
AI.
look like,
That's an AI.
That's
of him?
AI.
Weird.
But it that one doesn't really look like him. Here's another one.
What did you type in for that one?
I didn't type anything. He did this thing, and it makes like.
I don't understand the AI art thing yet. I'm too dumb. You know, but that's pretty great.
And then there's like some of him as an adult. Wait, this.
Weird.
Imagine if that's my son. If I'm like, here's Sam Jr.
Yeah, that just looked like a Sims character.
I call him Sam Jr. even though he already has a name.
Right.
But there are some of these that do look just like him, which is crazy.
That is weird. Oh man!
All right, guys.
Can we do it?
Hit this right.
I do enjoy talking about baby, like, because the thing is like there is some weird, deep shit to talk about with kids.
Yeah, we did it.
Don't do it because everybody tries to
deep
be
boys. We did it
fucking
deep
cute
boys.
about it, you know. Like, and I, you know, me being 10 and a half years ahead of you or 11 years ahead of you, you know, definitely have some observations I'll throw down sometime. But yeah, it's fucking weird and it's great and I love it and. I would do it again if anybody let me, but that hasn't happened. So
Mad King Kanzi, you can't believe you found this stream today. Oh, you should have seen it like a year and a half ago.
Right.
And then before that, it was a lot better.
There was like everybody was live.
Yeah, there was so much more blood pumping through everyone's heart. Or your heart pumps the blood. So
right. It doesn't. Your heart doesn't make the blood.
Yeah. All right, guys.
Someone just said Jesus, Sam.
Hey. I own it. Come on.
You did. Peace. Did you leave already? Yeah, I did.